Hello. That's right. I'm a 40, almost 50-year-old government agent for whom peripheral vision is a key asset, and yet I still choose to style my hair exactly like this because it's the only way I know. Why would I change it now? It's served me well thus far. Every situation I've gotten into with this hair, I've been able to successfully roundhouse kick my way out of. So why would we mix things up at this juncture? How's everybody doing? It is, of course, me, Leon S. Kennedy, the only guy that there is. The guy here to tell you that everything's going to be okay. Because if there's evil around, I'll simply shoot it with my big gun. Or roundhouse kick it. There's lots of options at my personal disposal that might not be available to you, a non-Leon S. Kennedy person. Ironically enough, I'm going to have to get my hair cut between now and the next stream, and the next stream will be literally tomorrow, because I have to have my hair cut by Monday, and barbershops are closed on Sundays. So I'm going to come back with the Chris Redfield. I'm Leon today, and I'll be back with the Chris Redfield next time you see me. Trying to survive a 36-hour fast? It's pretty rough. Even Resident Evil protagonists get to scarf down some herbs, some green leaves to keep themselves sustained. So I feel that. Gotta drop some quipped one-liners this stream. Listen, man. If they come to me, they come to me. I don't have any pre-prepared. Unlike Leon, who I'm sure spends a lot of time, you know, thinking of ones. Okay, if I was in a situation where, like, there was some kind of zombie doctor, there's like a zombie in a lab coat who attacked me, I should say something fun like, I think I want a second opinion. That'd be a good one for him to say, that he might say in the first hour or two of this, because I've already seen the first hour or two of this. I have already watched and played the first couple of hours, so you're not going to have the crazy pop-off streamer reactions that you might be here for the average Resident Evil horror gamer stream. I'm afraid. But for two reasons. Number one, I wasn't really sold that I was going to do this until like a couple of days ago, and I was already just like, new Resident Evil out. I'll watch it because that's what I normally do. At least watch a little bit of it. So I've already watched a couple of hours of it, and then I was like, yeah, I probably need to... I probably could do this on stream before I have to get rid of this. That'd be funny to do. Yes, this is a stream motivated by I haven't gotten a haircut and I have to get one. Sole motivating factor. I've also played a little bit of it myself already, mainly so that I didn't have to spend time going, oh my god, that's not the right sensitivity setting either on stream, which I did have to do. It took me a while to get the sensitivity settings to a point where I was happy with them and I could actually shoot stuff semi-reliably. I did try the gyro aim, because I genuinely, I'm not the biggest fan in the world of gyro aim, but I don't hate it like other people who have been on this show. But the biggest problem with it is that the gyro aim only activates when you ADS, so I'm trying to use it when I'm not ADSing and not turning the camera to shoot things, and then I'm ADSing and I forgot that the gyro aim was on and suddenly my camera goes whoop. So I'm afraid no gyro aim, which would have been nice using a PlayStation controller to get those clean headshots, and I'm not playing this on PC, so there will be some fumbles, there will be some missed headshots, which sucks, but that's the way it is. But I needed to know that I could at least hit things, and I needed to play and rehearse the first tiny segment of Leon gameplay, I guess the first two segments of Leon gameplay, Actually, the second one I only had to play... Well, we'll get to that when we get to that. The first Leon segment I played multiple times until I felt confident that I could play it on camera at canon Leon level. Because if you're coming in here and you're oh no, I don't know what to do as Leon and I'm dressed like this, what the hell's the point, right? What's even the point at that juncture? But anyway, we're going to wait a few more minutes for people to theoretically trickle in. So how are you guys doing? What's going on? You guys got my undivided attention. Soon I'm going to be playing spooky horror game, and I'll be focused on the video game, and I won't even be reading chat anymore. So you guys got stuff you want to talk about. Now's a good time. You got my attention. What's going on, gang? I'm using this last moment to check messages from people in the real world. And sending a couple of these messages. Giving a few more minutes for people to trickle in and talking to you guys. Sapphire Dreamer says, I played this game too much. I'm already on my, 7th playthrough. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, that's the way that the, I guess I won't say good REs, because the Ethan Winters games are not very much like this. And they're still good games. They're just not the traditional RE structure. But the whole point of the RE game, for those who don't know, is that RE games are very, manageable experiences secretly. Once you know where all the stuff is, what took you 15 hours before, suddenly you can beat in, 3 or 2.5. And it's very cool. So once you know what you're doing, you can fly through these things, which you're going to observe a little bit of in the first couple of hours of this, since I've cheated and kind of know what's going on already. How long have I been an RE fan? Hard to say. Until yesterday, playing this game, until yesterday, I had not physically laid my hands on an RE game before. I have watched plenty of playthroughs of RE. I've seen 1 or 2 of the shitty animated RE movies. I am familiar with Resident Evil. I would not dare to call myself an expert, because the actual experts in the crowd will, I'm sure, correct me as the stream is going on. I'm going to get lore stuff wrong, basically guaranteed. Not a huge expert, not a huge fan, but I like the series. Familiar enough with the series that, I know ball. I know ball, as they say. I know the stuff. But I mean, I own several Resident Evil games and just have never, I'll get around to that on a rainy weekend eventually, and then the rainy weekend just never quite came. That's how it always is, right, gang? The way that it always is. And here's finally one of those occasions. I think I mentioned on a stream couple streams ago that Joey and Joshua are insisted on, we got to do a co-op Baldur's Gate campaign. And part of the reason that they pushed me on doing that was because I don't play video games for fun that often, because I'm so busy. I got a full-time job, and as I've talked about in other previous streams, my hobby that's taken precedent over even YouTube for the last year has been trying to write a novel, over a year now. And then when I'm not working on that, I'm trying to chip away at, editing YouTube playthroughs of stuff I played 2 years ago. Last year I put some time into Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, thinking that I would make a video about that, and I never even finished it. The game, much less a video. I have been playing Final Fantasy Tactics. I've been chipping away at that. Slowly. But I've been chipping away at Final Fantasy Tactics Evil East Chronicles on the Switch ever since those first couple of streams. I haven't beaten it. Joey's beaten it and loved it, but I haven't had time to beat it yet. Or I guess haven't taken the time, I guess is the point. But so yeah, I've had Resident Evil games that have been sitting around of I'll play that, I'll get around to that, I'll get around to these eventually, and it just never quite happened. And I'm making the excuse. I was like, I kind of really want to play RE9 before I'm totally spoiled on it. And I was thinking that anyway. And then I was like, I could just take the time and do it for fun, or I could just do it for stream. I don't know. Who can say? I mean, well, then I wound up doing, obviously, for stream. We're doing it right now. Playing Monster Hunter Wilds at the moment. That reminds me. Where's that? Isn't there a demo for Monster Hunter Stories out? I mean, it's been out for a while, but I didn't know about it. I didn't know that game was coming out, like, imminently. Sorry, now I'm in the PlayStation Store. Wait, I don't know why I'm doing this. I do not have room on my PlayStation right now to download this demo, so I don't know why I'm bothering. Where is the demo? Is demo already delisted? Where's the demo? Demo, there it is. How big is the demo? Can I download the demo? It's probably gonna tell me that it's too big, but it's no big deal. Yep, too big. Too big. Gotta free up some space. What can I delete? I could probably delete Grand Blue Fantasy Reeling since I haven't gotten back to that. Oh, I only need to free up 16 gigs? I can free up 16 gigs easy. That's not hard at all. $29 gigs gone. Banished. Give me my Monster Hunter Stories 3 demo. Please and thank you. I was trying to get a shiny Charmander in Pokemon Fire Red. Oh, people are excited about that. They were excited about that stuff being on Switch. I don't care. I can't stand Pokemon. That's not true. It's not that I can't stand it. I haven't, like, I don't know. I'm not a Pokemon guy, which is funny because I'm literally talking about downloading Monster Hunter Stories demo. I'm not a huge Pokemon guy. Oops. Not a huge Pokemon guy. Where is it? Weird. Oh, that'll download. That's cool. Whatever. Yeah, the Stories games, I hear that they're good, like, technical gameplay-wise, but that the writing is, like, wildly uninteresting. But I don't know. Maybe this one will be more interesting. I'm not necessarily going to take the time to play it, but what's funny, and you know, broader talk about marketing, I realized, like, I feel like I've seen 4 trailers for Monster Hunter Stories. I saw the launch trailer during, like, the Capcom Presents, and I was like, they haven't shown any gameplay in any of these trailers. I mean, I think that they're afraid people aren't gonna buy it if they know that it's turn-based. So it's not just Square. Sleeping for playing Cuphead. So I guess I'll watch this even though I cannot handle horror. Don't worry. Don't worry. There's no reason to be scared when Leon S. Kennedy is here. Let's take care of you. There's no to be sad. The rhythm is glad, okay? We're gonna make it through this clean. Nothing bad is gonna happen to anybody, as long as I'm here and capable of roundhouse kicking them. First New Game Plus is always my favorite part of playing Resident Evil games. Yep. I got into it in 24. Call myself a fraud fan because I love running through these games with infinite ammo. That's fine. You're allowed. Didn't know who I was going to watch for this game since Achievement Hunter's gone and I suck at shooters. Well, yeah, I guess Leon S. Kennedy's gotcha, LEW. Alrighty. Don't play modern Pokemon games, so I was happy an older Pokemon game came to my Switch. Also, they showed the trailer for the new one, and it finally looks like they've taken a minor fidelity leap. Not a big one, but they took a little baby step fidelity leap. Just a little tiny little fidelity jump. So that's cool. That's cool for the Pokemon fans, right? If you guys keep getting incremental steps, you too could have a PlayStation 3 level Pokemon game in 2035. That's not fair. The new one's PlayStation 3 level. The new one's PlayStation 3 level. The last couple were like, PSP level. And there's nothing wrong with the PSP. There's nothing wrong with the PSP. The PSP's not so bad. But yeah, give it a few more minutes for people to matriculate in, and then we'll get started with this. But yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? Anything else on you guys' minds? What else are you guys up to? Let's talk about stuff. FYI, as I said a few minutes ago, I'm going to go get all of my hair chopped off tomorrow morning, and then we'll be back for part 2 of this sometime tomorrow afternoon. And I'll switch from Leon S. Kennedy to Chris Redfield. I don't know if I have an appropriate outfit for him. But to be fair, Chris's design changes every game. So we can just say whatever I look like is the new Chris design. And Joey will be joining me. Joey has not played this game yet, but he's already watched the first couple of hours. So he's probably seen more of this game than I have, honestly. So Joey will join us tomorrow for more spooks and scares, and it'll be excellent. And we'll all enjoy ourselves and have a rollicking good time. Pokemon wishes it had the cell processor. Oh no, they do not. They do not wish they had that at all. I was talking with Joshua last night about a new tidbit that I got relatively recently about the development of Final Fantasy XIII, which is that part of the reason that game is so linear and the Grand Pulse happens so late is because Sony was so cagey about PS3 specs and what the system would actually be able to do that they just genuinely didn't know if it would be able to handle a zone like that. And they'd already built half the game when they were like, oh, okay, here we go. All right, we can do a big zone. We're not going to delete all the other stuff we already built, though, so, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Who's my favorite RE character? Oh, boy. See, now you're definitely pulling the fake fan stuff on me. I don't know. I mean, I guess Leon, right? There's no other answer, really. Genuinely, Leon. Listen, I like both grizzled PTSD survivor Leon and your right hand comes off Leon. Every version of Leon is entertaining. But I would not say that I'm deep enough to have a favorite RE character. I know the setting, I know some of the lore. Like I said, I've watched walkthroughs, complete or partial, of several of the games. I am not running around out here with a favorite RE character, he said, dressed like Leon Kennedy. We're more excited for new Pokemon games, but I took Doug Bowser's advice and decided that since the Switch 2 is too expensive, I simply won't get it. You know? It's good advice to take. It's good advice to take from the boss of Nintendo. Simply don't. Simply don't get one. I have a Switch 2. It hasn't come out of the box. I've had it for like a month. I keep thinking that, I don't know what I keep thinking. I guess what I keep thinking is that I already have Final Fantasy Tactics installed on my normal Switch, and that's what I'm taking with me when I go on work trips and stuff, so I'm just going to keep using that, because there's no need for me to use the other one. And Joey and I have talked about, in terms of what we were going to stream next, we still hadn't decided. And one of the things that I was floating was like, we could do like an Air Riders 1 or 2 off. We could play Donkey Kong Bonanza. Could do Bonanza. Because we've talked about, like, I've thought about it'd be fun to do Tropical Freeze. I've thought about it'd be fun to do Odyssey, because he hasn't played either of those, and I only played a little bit of Tropical Freeze. And now that Blanza's out, we don't have to choose. We can just play both and win one go. So, theoretically, Blanza streams sometime in the future, but, don't know when, so don't get too excited for that. How's my Leon hair looking? Is it doing its thing that it's supposed to be doing? Kinda. Yeah, it's kind of doing its thing. A little bit. Yeah, okay. Looking sexy, Leon. Wish we got more like Pokken Tournament. That game was so fun. Yeah, they definitely need... I was literally thinking about this, like specifically Pokken as an example, not that long ago, of what would be a really good get for Switch. Because, like, they didn't really have like a fall title last year a winter title, Metroid Prime 4 was, even if it had been really good, which it was not, was never gonna be a system mover. Genuinely, what is it, Pokopia, the new cozy Pokemon game, the farming Pokemon game, that, and I forget what the new ones are called. Is it like Water and Wind? Sea and Wind? Something like that? The 2 new Pokemons that they announced? I watched the trailer muted in the background while I was doing something else, and that's been the extent of my exposure to it. They're gonna move units for real. But you want to get like a quick value add with a partner outside of Nintendo. Genuinely do another Pokken. Because that got dumped on the Wii U when nobody gave a shit. And I know it got ported to Switch, but it's hard to get, like, you couldn't generate buzz around, hey, guess what? This Wii U game. Like, the only like, Wii U game repurposed for the Switch that did phenomenal is obviously Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And I know that Tekken fighting games, like, somewhat niche, but they're getting less and less niche. And a Pokemon fighting game that fools children who don't know what fighting games are has an ironically fighting chance in terms of sales. They should do a Pokken Fighter too. 100%. Wind and waves, thank you. That makes more sense than sea and wind. Wind and waves, it's an alliteration thing. Are you gonna stream the entirety of RE9? Well, I certainly ain't gonna stop halfway. That'd be too scary! But we'll see how it goes. We're gonna see what happens. I mean, yeah, my full intent is to stream the whole thing. But yeah, so stream tonight, stream again tomorrow with Joey, and then I don't know what the next opportunity I'm gonna have to stream will be. I'm gonna be pretty busy the next couple of weeks. If I can get Aiden back over here to do more FF7, obviously we're gonna do that. And if I can get Joey and Aiden over for Dispatch, obviously we'll do that. I don't know if I'm gonna try and prioritize finishing 9 with Joey or just finish it by myself. I guess he and I will have that conversation tomorrow. I guess we'll see how that goes. This is very spur of the moment. Great showcase of what the fights actually look like. Oh, Pokken. Sure, that's what I'm saying, right? Is that like, hi, I'm Timmy, I'm 8, and I love Pokemon? He has no clue what a fighting game is. He doesn't know to be intimidated by Tekken, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, so I genuinely think Pokken, like, Nintendo doesn't have to free up internal development resources. I mean, obviously, you know, their external partner has to have time to say, yeah, we'll make a new Tekken game for you. Is Tekken Bandai Namco? Oh my god, I'm really telling on myself right now, aren't I? Is Tekken Bandai Namco? Yes, Bandai Namco, thank God. This is like the other day when I had to double check how to spell Aerith. I'm second guessing my gamer cred on stream, and I'm making myself look like a non-gamer credit guy, which ain't good. Which difficulty? Standard classic, for reasons I'll discuss in a few minutes. Anything about RE, but I don't care about spoilers. Will this be beginner friendly? Yeah. Yeah, this will be beginner friendly. Mm-hmm. Everything you need to know lore-wise, I'll fill you in on. I am by no means a Resident Evil expert, and you're gonna be fine. If something crazy happens later and I'm like, I'm lost, we'll go to the wiki. But probably I'll be able to follow along with it. I'm not super deep in the RE lore, but I know enough. I can see us all through, like I said. Don't worry, Ashley. I'm gonna get us through this. I'm gonna get you home, baby eagle. Do kids still love Pokemon? I figure most of the audience is in their 20s now. Kids love Pokemon, Allie W. No, it's still just as popular with kids as it ever was. It's still crazy popular. If anything, it lulled and it's gotten more popular. No, it's still super popular, Pokemon. Happy to see you playing this game. Curious if you're done a playthrough of RE7 and 8. Also wondering about Uncharted 4. This is the first time I have physically played a Resident Evil game, though I have watched plenty of them. I would not call myself a Resident Evil expert, but I am knowledgeable enough to guide us through this. Uncharted 4, as discussed previously, the next couple episodes of that playthrough, I'm going to have to basically reconstruct from scratch. It's a long story. Let me get the FF7. I'm sorry, that sounded testy. I apologize. It's a fair question. Because I wish it was finished. I really thought like part of the reason that playthrough took so long to even start was because after we lost a ton of footage, I was like, I don't even want to work on this. And then when I finally got the energy to work on it, like I don't know, 6 months after we shot it, I edited up to where we lost all the footage, and by then I'd lost the energy to work on it again. Let me finish the Final Fantasy VII Remake playthrough, and then I will fix the Uncharted playthrough. And then, as previously mentioned, we've got 2 other pre-taped playthroughs already in the back pocket, unannounced. But before I start releasing them, I'll go back and try to fix Uncharted 4 and finish Uncharted 4. So, give me a minute, but I'll get to it. Again, don't mean to sound testy. It's a totally reasonable question. I have a show that's half done. It's all shot, and it's half done, and we need to finish it. I know a good bit because this is my hyperfixation. I can explain bits and pieces. I'm not the biggest buff, though. Alrighty. Says Sapphire Dreamer. Actually, says LEW, I say that when I used to work in a school and had to look up the closest Pokemon to Godzilla for the kid to use, I answered my own question, too. Honestly, I see kids way more with Sonic merch than Pokemon. Large amount of adults dump money into the franchise. No, I mean, they're both popular with kids right now, but Pokemon's definitely popular with kids. It's definitely still popular. Are they watching the anime these days? I don't really know. I don't know if the anime is as popular as it was in the 90s, but the games, the cards, etc., they're still pretty popular. Maybe not as popular as they were at their absolute height in the 90s, but they're still popular. I'm now a year older than the Pokemon series. Sorry to hear that, man. That's rough. Remember you mentioning you had technical issues. Take your time, was just curious. Half Fan D says. Yeah, it's basically, to bite around spoilers for Uncharted 4, we lost footage for the entirety of the next level of the game, which is Evelyn's Manor. If you know, you know. That level is so cinematic and non-combat heavy that in my mind I was like, I have our audio, I have our commentary, which we couldn't re-record because that's such a heavy story-focused episode that like Joey can't like fake reacting to it and learning that stuff again. And I have the audio, and it's mostly walking through a room and cutscenes and whatnot. And I have the game audio still. For whatever reason, the way the file got corrupted, I don't have the video, but I have the audio. So in my head, I was like, I could use the audio and just replay the level multiple times and stitch it together to match our commentary close enough. Which is stupid, but it's what I told myself I would do. And then we lost the next level after that, which is like an hour of exploration and combat, and there's no effing way to fix that. So I'll have to record new commentary and just like play our old we'll talk about it later. And then the next several levels after that are fine. And then the epilogue we lost the footage of, but again, the epilogue is mostly walking through a place and cutscenes. So I'm gonna, again, I have the audio but not the video, and I have our commentary, so I'm gonna Mind Palace recreate the footage. And it'll be very tedious, but eventually I'll sit down and I'll spend a week and I'll do that. Wouldn't you always have been a year older than the Pokemon series? I guess that's a good point. Yeah, you would always be. You would never not be a year older than the Pokemon series. Well, come on, it's like an anniversary though, right? So I guess it's just like, you know, maybe it's standing out because of all this Pokemon talk. Kids are super into Sonic now. Yep. Unless you age at different rates, which I'm gonna discount, which is possible. Alrighty, I'm gonna say that's enough chit chat though, and we're gonna hop into Resident Evil, not into Monster Hunter Stories 3 demo. We're gonna play Resident Evil. I did do a little recording test before I sat down and hit stream. I think the volume's okay. The automatic ducking that I have OBS do when I talk might be too aggressive for such a like intimate audio game, because this is a game where, you know, you should be able to hear footsteps and spooky noises, and I do have it so that the game volume reduces when I talk. For example, and then if I talk, the music is going to get quieter. And I usually have this pretty aggressive on our streams to make sure you guys can actually hear what we're saying. For the purposes of this stream, if you guys are like listening to this and going, I can't hear what? Jacob, how do you hear that? Or if you guys, or for that matter, just if you aren't feeling the terror enough. If you guys aren't feeling the terror enough and you need more terror, we'll make some adjustments to make sure that you guys can hear every little spooky footstep in the distance. If that doesn't work, then, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe, I don't know, if there's some scaredy cats in the audience, maybe it's better if you guys can't hear every single little footstep and bump. But yeah, I've already adjusted all of my options. The only thing in here that's going to be funky is I am going to be constantly swapping back and forth between first and third person during the Grace segments, for reasons that I'll explain once we get into it. Also, it's funny that 2 years ago I was like, let's play Alan Wake, and then we'll play Alan Wake 2, or we'll play Alan Wake's American Nightmare and Control and Alan Wake 2. And we never got around to it because there is some extremely obvious Alan Wake 2 influence in here, which we will see from almost frame 1. But anyway, the difficulties are casual. Relax while enjoying the story and puzzles. Relax is a bit too strong of a word, but that's fine. Balanced experience of suspense and accomplishment. Standard difficulty found among modern Resident Evil games. The main thing with classic is that this is in here you have to use ink ribbons to save your game. Resident Evil games, the classic ones at least, the pre-Resident Evil 4 games, are all about resource management. They are about having an absolutely tiny, crummy inventory size and constantly having to make hard decisions about what you are going to carry with you and what you're going to leave behind. And one of the things that you had to make decisions about in the old Resident Evil games was saving, because you can only save at typewriters, and in order to save, you need to expend a consumable ink ribbon item. And we're going to play it that way, for reasons that I'll get into when we get a little bit further in. That's Alan Wake 2, baby. Sorry. Alan Wake 2, for anybody who hasn't played it, or, whenever we get to it on our show, does these constant, big block letter, white font, chapter and, switches and character introductions, end of chapter, So there's some pretty good flavor, actually, for anybody in the comments or in the chat or in the whatever who doesn't know that much about Resident Evil coming up here. Raccoon City lockdown extended to 2040. Far from reconstruction, safety cannot be guaranteed, and the U.S. withdraws from treaty on the prohibition of bioorganic weapons. Despite the horrors of bioorganic arms race, the U.S. has drawn to withdraw from the treaty, said it needed to stay ahead in the global threat of biological terrorism. It's actually easier to read in OBS in the stream that you guys are seeing than it is on my TV. That was why I was unpausing and repausing, because it's too dark on my TV to see it behind the opaque layer here. So the first and most important thing to understand about the setting of Resident Evil is that there was a zombie outbreak in the American city of Raccoon City in 1998. And it was so bad that the U.S. government nuked the city to contain the threat. However, this did successfully contain the threat. There was no zombie apocalypse. Resident Evil is a setting with zombies, but it is not a post-apocalyptic setting, and it has never been a post-apocalyptic setting. It is almost always about individuals trapped in contained haunted houses or otherwise contained locations where there are zombies or some other kind of supernatural thing going on. And in this setting, zombies are not traditionally supernatural. They aren't magic. They aren't unexplained. They are very explicitly explained as being the result of bioweapons, of chemical engineering, of sticking a virus into somebody, and then they turn into a zombie. And the zombie was, and the virus was made in a lab somewhere. In the setting of Resident Evil, bioterrorism means not just somebody dropping anthrax in a train station, but somebody infecting somebody with a zombie virus and deliberately causing a zombie outbreak to create terror. So there have been lots of games with lots of different tones, but there is no wider zombie apocalypse. Zombies are not a problem that average people run into every day, but they are enough of a problem that the US and presumably other world governments have dedicated, like, anti-bioterrorism groups who specialize in dealing with, we'll call them supernatural threats, virus threats. So that's the first and main thing you really need to understand the setting of Resident Evil. Like I said, most of the time these are about people in contained situations dealing with a Zambambo. The outfit that I'm wearing right now, the hair is very Leon in this game. The outfit is Leon in Resident Evil 4, which is a storyline about the president's daughter getting kidnapped because they want to infect her with a mind control virus so she can be rescued without anybody knowing she has a mind control virus, and then she can go back and mind control the president of the United States, is the idea that's going on in that game. So that's kind of what the setting is like, and that gives you a broad idea of what Resident Evil is like in general. Sometimes they deal with wider threats, like in Resident Evil 6, the game that everybody hates, where there are multiple big zombie outbreaks all over the world, a massive bioterrorism campaign. And nobody likes that game, for reasons I'll talk about later.
Yes?
Right now we gotta talk about Grace Ashcroft.
Coming.
Damn, bitch, you work like this? How do you find anything?
If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days, tops.
Put a hold on that for now. We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating. Now, I need a good technical analyst on this.
Okay.
I need your eyes on the crime scene. The Renwood Hotel. Look, I know that's where your mother was murdered. And I know it'll be upsetting for you. Alyssa died 8 years ago. Perhaps it's time for you to face the past. Confront that fear head on. Grace, I won't force you to go. But do you think you can do this for me?
Seems like a crazy bad thing. This is not original commentary for this game. Everybody said this when the trailers came out.
And report back to me with your findings.
This is so suspicious that everybody I've seen discuss this is like, well, he must be in on it, whatever the it of this game is. Her boss must be in on it. Vrov said, which is a pretty interesting setup for a zombie franchise, to be honest. The story is generally goofy, but the outbreak structure is pretty clever and a way to carry the franchise. So that's what I find really interesting about the setting that is broadly underutilized. But we're going to talk about some cool things that this game does, even just within a couple of hours. Kind of looks like Mr. X a little bit, that guy she just bumped into. Alan Wake. Such a bad idea to explicitly send an employee to the site where her mother's murdered. Listen, she'll be fine. She's an adult, right?
It should be around here.
So we are obviously in fictional U.S. city, as the Resident Evil usually does, but this has got a very intense Chicago vibe. Grill 14? Does it... Does it let me try any sandwich free up to level 60? They accept Viwa and Monster Card and International. Recommended by Good Trip. Meatloaf burgers and steak. So, our first little haha funny world building detail right at the beginning of this, the city college critters. In this world, the idea of animals mutating into something gross is so common that it's a mascot for the local community college. I guess a community college. I don't know. City college, I think immediately of Community, the TV show. I think that's crazy. Like, in the real world, we don't, like, you know, we don't usually name college mascots after, like, predator drones or whatever. Anthrax. But anyway, it's funny. It is funny detail for the game to be like this. That guy's got 2 parking tickets. He has 2 of them. 2 parking tickets. We accept food stamp, only the one. You can only have the 1 food stamp. After that, you must use credit and debit cards. Buying cigarettes for minors can send your life up in smokes, but it is a pretty based thing to do. And they also do not give alcohol to teenagers. I forgot to get alcohol. I should have gotten some alcohol. They offer Pale Ale. That's its own brand in this world. Somebody copyrighted Pale Ale. Very cool. Oh, excuse me, lady. I apologize. I didn't mean to get in your way. Barbershop. That's my mission tomorrow morning before the next stream. Welcome to the beautiful and historic city of Renwood. Come soak in the nostalgia of a bygone era with chic galleries, classic restaurants, and plenty of stores to shop till you drop. Wow, what a place. This is pretty stupid. I just noticed this time, having not noticed this when I played the first couple of hours yesterday and watched other playthroughs. Nobody noticed this. The Renwood Hotel is only just now being... I mean, I guess it takes a long time for billboards to be cleaned up sometimes, but like this hotel's been closed for like 8 years. We're gonna find out shortly. Missing persons, not good. Well, this gentleman's got a box. Where's he going with that box? Put the box in the car. Come on, do it. You can do it. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Let's go stretch his back a little bit. Man, that box was heavy. Okay. Okay. Now what are you going to do, buddy? You going to put that box in your trunk? Nope, because I'm going to walk forward. Because that's already way more animation routine than he needed. Because 1 inch forward starts cutscene. LAW, no, I know that, like, city college is what you usually call a community college, but community colleges also typically don't have, like, sports teams and mascots. Just another sign, like we accept food stamp of this is the Japanese America.
Can't go in there.
It's not Japanese America in the way that, like, Resident Evil 2 and 3 are, but there's still hints of Japanese America in there.
Just a sec.
Oh, you're FBI?
I am.
Investigating all these strange deaths, huh? Mm-hmm. It's the 5th one now, right? I heard they all have the same weird bruises, so you think it's something infectious, or terrorism, or... Why else would the FBI be investigating, right? Hey, are you with me?
Oh, there might be answers inside.
There might be. There might
Yeah,
be
sure,
answers inside.
right.
Somewhere there's text saying this is fall of 2016. Sorry, of 2026, which is so funny to me because it hasn't happened yet IRL. Yeah.
Finally gonna bring the whole place down.
Yeah, thanks.
Ducky Parade said, no, don't cut your luscious locks. Just trim them back. My MO, and has been for a while, is I let my hair grow as long as I can stand to let it grow, and this is already past that point, quite frankly. And then I cut it really short, so I only have to go to the barbershop like 2 times a year maximum. Yeah, considering that it's fall of 2026, it's crazy that this hotel is only just, like, they're only just now getting rid of the signage for it because we're going to find out that this place closed in 2018. But that's fine. Haha.
Why am I even here?
I don't know. Why are you even here? This is just like what American cities are like. They have the Universal Studios haunted funhouse alleyways just all over the place. You don't know. So, you can play both the Grace segments of this game and the Leon segments of this game. Spoilers, there's Leon segments in first or third person. And I am going to be constantly, obsessively toggling back and forth between the two perspectives that you can play Grace with. Primarily because, generally speaking, I prefer this perspective because of the wider aspect ratio. We can't play this ultra wide. I can't change the FOV. I like to be able to see better, and also I like to be able to cheat by poking my head around corners. However, there is no shoulder swap. So if I wanted to look around this pole by the right, I can. But if I was coming at it, like if this was wall and I was trying to peek around that corner, I can't in third person. And it's actually easier to do it in first person, to sneak up and poke my head around just barely. I am going to be constantly and obsessively swapping back and forth. Delayed by pandemic? Which one? I couldn't say, says Barry SD. That's a good point. That's a solid point right there. But to repeat myself, since I did say this at the beginning of the stream, but I saw a couple people asking again, this is technically my first full playthrough. I have already watched the first couple of hours and played the first couple of hours, but not like a huge percentage of it. And I'll let you guys know when I hit the point where I'm blind. And so this, for example, this narrow hallway right here is honestly a little bit awkward because Grace has taken up too much of the damn screen in third person. So back to, oh, no, my bad. That was the wrong thing to change. Back to first person we go. Stop that. Again, guys, let me know how volume on the game is. I'm probably going to have to make adjustments, like, constantly. But we'll give it our best shot. Would not be the beginning of a Resident Evil game without some gross food. Some gross, rotten food. Also, I know that, like, when places close unceremoniously, often, like, a lot of junk gets left behind. But considering that this place has been closed for close to 10 years, it is frankly shocking how much stuff is still here that absolutely could have been sold, salvaged, or just stolen by your average urban explorer dumpster diver.
I can't.
But it's very spooky if there's just stuff sitting around everywhere. You'll see what I mean in a few minutes.
Come on, Grace.
I'll let you know when I'm blind while walking into a pitch black hallway is a little bit on the nose. This is a funny joke that I missed because I'm not Leon S. Kennedy. I don't have his quip powers. Not really him. Even though I look like him, I'm not. Not actually him. But soon I will become. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Now, my question is, like, they said, oh, we need an FBI analyst on the crime scene. There's been a lot of hoopla, people talking about this Grace lady. She doesn't seem much like an actual FBI agent, so she seems unprepared. It's not fair. She's an analyst. She's not a field agent. But all the more reason that she would not have been sent to a crime scene on her own without an agent or at least local PD. It's ridiculous that she's in this condemned building by herself with a flashlight and no, like, actual proper setup. Like, let's light this crime scene room for forensic analysis. This is pretty stupid. but it is pretty spooky. And Resident Evil is nothing if not stupid and spooky. So, you know. Case in point. This table is itchy and scratchy. Scratchy and itchy and tasty. Spooky lady. I can see spooky lady. Now I'm blind. Spooky lady, blind. See, guys, if you just don't look at things, they can't scare you. Listen, when you know the tricks and the secrets, it's easy to just not be scared. Simply choose not to be scared. My Leon RE9 thing that's supposed to swoosh to the side is not swooshing as much as it was an hour ago. It's not swooshing enough. I may have to go and make hair. I have to go do hairstyling to look enough like Leon. That's not quite right either. I'd have to go look in the mirror. Now I'm messing it up. Oh, no. I'm trying to do it in my crappy little webcam. It's not enough detail to get my Leon right. But the toilet paper up there is still in perfect condition. Not even dusty. Not cobwebby. Not nothing. That's something. Listen, if I was working here and this place got condemned, I would snatch some free toilet paper on my way out. That's all I'm saying. Especially pre-pandemic. I may need that stuff. Forgot to do this. I think it didn't give me a prompt because it's not my first playthrough. But we do technically have a case file here. I forgot. Or maybe it did give me the prompt and I just missed it. Oops. Careful there. Name unknown. Nationality unknown. Aged 40s to 60s. We gotta, okay, that doesn't make any sense. It says age unknown, rather, and person unknown, but we have a photo of him pre-death there in the corner. That's a little bit of a continuity error, but that's okay. Another FBI special agent investigated. Body of the man was found in an abandoned hotel in the Midwestern city of Renwood. The Midwest? That's where Raccoon City is the Midwest. Body was discovered in the hotel restroom. Based on the level of decay, it's suspected to have been there for several days. Multiple cases of similarly mysterious deaths have been reported in locations around the U.S. H. Ramirez was pronounced dead at Stoneville Hospital. E. Wilkins, 51, pronounced dead in Hotel Denbar. Green Oak Apartments, Night Valley Nursing Home, confirmed that all identified victims were survivors of the Raccoon City incident. The Raccoon City outbreak, as I was talking about earlier. The only piece of lore, as far as I know, that you need to know to understand what's going on in this game. Victims' bodies all have extensive black bruising. That's no good. We don't like that. Nothing in there. That one's gummed up with trash. Here's where the body was found. Well, it looks like they cleaned up all the blood. I don't know why they bothered, other than this handprint. Maybe there's something in the toilet. Genuinely don't know why Grace thought to do that, but that's fine. Hey, at least she didn't stick her hand into it, James Sutherland style. I missed the prompt. Oh well. Listen, I was too confident because I've already watched the beginning of this game and played the beginning of the game, so I was just going. You know how it is. I'm trying not to completely ruin atmosphere for you guys, but you know, I have some degree of confidence in what I'm doing. Hey, check that out. What's this? Hey, I recognize that person. Looks kind of like me. Found attached to the back of a photo of Grace.
Who's there? What do I do?
IW said, how many people survived besides Leon, Claire, and Jill? I thought people on the train in RE3 all died. Well, to be fair, even in that list, you're forgetting about Sherry. But I mean, those are like the named protagonists who lived. but like it isn't as if Raccoon City was like surrounded by a wall people couldn't get out of. Like the Raccoon City incident only lasted like barely 24 hours, I think, if that. So like presumably there were just people who like got in their cars and drove away. 10% of Raccoon City survives, says Sapphire Dreamer. We got the specifics. We got the numbers. Incredibly reliable handgun. Grace bought it for self-defense with her first paycheck. Now, I'm not going to spend our time on this, but I did test it last night when I was playing this. Because obviously, this is the point where any sane person would say, I'm out of here. But you can walk back the way you came, and she doesn't go like, oh no, the door is locked. Just there's no prompt on the door. Grace I have to roleplay as Grace, and Grace decided that it's her responsibility to see this through to the end for some godforsaken reason. Spooky raincoat. That's glass on the ground. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Runwood Hotel's been welcoming guests from all walks of life since opening its doors in 1928. Experienced the warm embrace of nearly a century's worth of history, along with Renwood's time-honored traditions. Wow. That's great. See, I already would have left. Well, actually, that's not true. I wouldn't have gone in the building without the cop, without the beat cop. Not even because I'm a wimp, just because, like, why would you do that without somebody else there? So you can't get accused of, tampering with a crime scene, among other things. To all employees following the recent incident, management has been working to restore public trust. Unfortunately, due to the extent of damage, it is unclear if it will be possible to reopen. Consequently, it is with great regret that we have to announce the official closure of the Renwood Hotel. We apologize greatly for this impact, for the impact this may have on you and your families, and wish to extend our heartfelt gratitude for the support and hard work you have brought to the long-standing business. Well, kind of looks like someone was crashing here, or is crashing here. And they have ooh, look at this. They have a nice trash can full of needles. They have a nice trash can full of biohazards. That's cool. I like that. It's probably a fun-loving party dude who loves to shoot up. Oh, right, that was just the flyer on the ground. It's probably just a guy who likes to have fun. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Alrighty, room 204. What? Yeah, that's right, nothing. Look at this phonograph. It's fine. There's nothing spooky happening. I'm not scared. Look at how much junk, okay, I'm sorry. There's a whole billiards table here they didn't take out. There's like people's luggage down here that hasn't been taken out. I'm not walking all the way back down to look at it. I didn't point it out before. Look at this. Look at this extremely nice table that wasn't sold at auction when the property was condemned. Doesn't make any sense, but it's spooky. Calm down, Grace. Nothing's even happening. Listen, Grace, I literally tried to leave for your sake, and you wouldn't let me, so you have no right to be getting all jittery on me right now, okay?
Oh, shit.
There are worse things to find in the lights. Turn off the light in the trash. I mean, and turn off the lights for immersion. I mean, I'll certainly turn down the lights in a minute. The main reason they're on so bright is because like this webcam starts to get really grainy and shitty if I have too many lights on in here, or if I don't have enough lights on in here. Oh, you're fun. You look like a lady who likes to have fun. One second, gang. I want to check something. Okay, all right. For some reason, it felt... The camera in this game is just a little sluggish, even with me turning up the sensitivity. I was like, did I already adjust it? I forgot. I guess I forgot how sluggish it is, because this feels still a little sluggish for me. Shooter Boy McGee. More toilet paper. Okay, this one's not quite in perfect condition. It's got spider webs on it. But I mean, you know, as long as the plastic's secure, it's fine. That little box there looks like it should have an item in it. Nope, never mind. Wasted a bullet. That was bad of me.
Who?
Lack of scalpers, corrected to say thieves and vandals. Seen urban explorers walk into abandoned buildings from the 50s still fully furnished, with old tech still functioning. Oh, I mean, it happens. I know, like, that's what I'm saying. Is like, I know, like, stuff does just get left sometimes, but, like, there's just, I don't know. I feel like some of this would have gotten sold at auction.
Hi, Mom.
But you definitely find junk just abandoned in buildings a lot. It's true.
So late.
Get some sleep, eh?
I'm almost done. Just a sec.
What am I gonna do with you?
What you always do? Nag at me until I go to bed?
Oh, it's really coming down hard.
Mom, phone. Mom.
It's right beside you.
Hello?
Miss Ashcroft?
Yes.
So, talking about Resident Evil lore, this one is not, like, super important. It really doesn't matter that you know what she's from, but, Alyssa Ashcroft is a pre-existing Resident Evil character. She is from the long-since defunct PlayStation 2 multiplayer game, Resident Evil Outbreak. Or maybe she's from Outbreak 2. She's from one of the Outbreaks, which is basically their classic, like, fixed camera perspective puzzle Resident Evils, but they are played co-op style. And I think it's like you can pick from 8 survivors, I think, each of them has a gimmick, and Alyssa's one of them.
What's going on?
It was really funny watching people react live when the trailer for this game came out, and they said Ashcroft, and people were like Alyssa? And I was like, how do you people remember her last name off the top of your head from 20 years ago?
Stay close.
Mom, wait.
Grace, come on, keep moving.
I'm coming.
Grace, hurry. Keep moving.
What made that sound? They reacted to the not to like footsteps or a door closing, which implies that it was diegetic, which means that he made that spooky bird sound. He went and then walked through the door.
So it doesn't take much to.
She's in both? Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember exactly how that worked.
Excuse, and I apologize for the inconvenience.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry.
I should
Is
have-
File 2, is Outbreak 2 just like a functional remake of the first one? Oh, sorry, I'm talking over this guy getting got by the bag man.
What the hell, Mom?
No, Grace. No.
Double tap that son of a bitch. You know the rules.
Stay close to me.
Are you gonna tell me what's going on? Mom, what are you doing?
Now that dude who did the kill had T-virusy face. He had like zombie face, but he's using plastic bag. He's using knife. That's, you know,
What did you hide
that's thinky. That's thinky that zombies don't normally do in this setting. Sometimes they do. Sometimes zombies use AK-47s, and everybody loves it. And it's their favorite part of the series.
Grace, come on.
I'm literally right behind you.
Come on in, Grace.
We're calling the police.
No, don't go.
Hello? Yes, I want to report a murder. No, murders.
Grace.
Yes. The Renwood Hotel. Yes. Hurry, please. The police are on their way. Oh, God. Mom, I feel like I'm going to throw up.
Grace.
Murders, Vine
Grace, look at
Boom.
me. Grab my hands. Okay, look at me. Look at me. In and out. Breathe in and out. Oh, Grace. I promise you, I will explain this all to you one of these days. Grace. Please know that you are my hope. Never forget that.
What are you talking about?
Just. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
Mom, I'm scared.
No. We need to find a way out of here now.
But we don't have any of our stuff,
We
Mom.
can come back for it later, Grace.
I don't.
Found you.
That is Angela recording her demo tape for the Performance of the Year at the Game Awards this year.
So sorry. This is not my fault.
Even burner phones have cameras in them now. That's crazy.
Who is this?
Just someone confirming that you're in the room, Grace.
I need to get out of here.
Now, see, a lot of the shit people are talking on Grace in this game, of like, she's an FBI agent, she should know better. It's like, she's an analyst. You can't expect the same stuff of her. However,
I'll explain later.
However,
Where did you find that painting?
I think the analyst especially would have gotten to the I need to get out of here conclusion a little bit sooner. Just saying, Jack Ryan is an analyst who becomes a superhero, and I think he would have been like, oh, I'm fucking out of here. I'm not doing this shit. Cut that out. It's scary enough in this residence without you out there being evil. I saw someone say a second ago the cutscene transitions are pretty impressive. Even, depending on, even with your first or third person. And they are. Watching some of the footage of, like, one of the things that is actually going to jump scare us the most is when I start playing Grace in third person, and then some of her cutscenes force you into first person. Shut up. Do my thing, and then I'm gonna get out of here. I have to find my mother's secret buried treasure, and then I can leave. I keep thinking there's something in my eye, and then I remember it's just that I have these stupid bangs. Open that notebook up. October 17, 2018. Work has settled down, and we're heading to a new town the day after tomorrow. I'm thankful my freelance work allows me to work anywhere, but I'm worried about Grace. It's difficult for her to make friends when we're constantly on the move. Maybe we can spend a little more time in the next town. Finish some research. Stopped in a cafe when I noticed a hooded man. Could have sworn he was watching me. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Saw that hooded man again. He's definitely following me. We only just got here, but I think we should move on. I can't let anything happen to Grace. These bad boys went out of fashion in the 90s. Wonder what she's got on there. Unhackable.
Sorry, officer. What's wrong?
Something stung me.
Are you okay? What do I do?
And that's why you don't chamber around until you know you're gonna shoot, gang. No, nuh-uh. Oh, hey, it is possible to avoid getting shot by that shotgun there. Everybody I've watched, and me playing it, has been shot by that shotgun. I mean, you don't die, you just take some damage.
Get away from me!
Grace doesn't know it yet, but she's a Resident Evil protagonist, which means that she can, you know, she can get shot about 3 times, and she'll be fine. Well, actually, well, no, she'll be fine at the beginning, but she'll be alive, I guess is the point. It's crazy what you can achieve when you build an engine from the ground up to do shit like this to the human body. In real time. Race, you could really afford to move faster. No way, are you serious, Barry SD? People hacked the scene where she's on her computer. She's on Reddit talking about the Dulvey murders. That's awesome. I like that a lot. That's a stupid throwaway detail. Should have eaten before I started playing? Oh, well. Yeah, well, you know. We all make mistakes in life. Square Enix seething as we speak, says Varov. Listen, you know. Square tried to make an engine for open-world action games that could do everything. Resident Evil, Capcom, they said, let's make an engine that makes it look really good when a zombie's head gets blown off, and then they expanded it to linear action games, and eventually to Monster Hunter. You should leave, Grace, says Nix. No, no, no. Shut up. She saw a lamp. There's a lamp on. There's electricity. Somebody turned on the power. There could be somebody up here. There could be something to analyze. And that's what she does. It's her job to analyze things. She's gonna solve the mystery. To be fair, she may also think, oh, I got bit by a zombie. I'm gonna fucking die anyway. But the rules on zombie bites are wildly inconsistent in Resident Evil. Oh, is Alyssa mentioned in RE7? Okay, well, that explains why people were more prepped for her name to come up in the trailers for this, I guess. Look at that phonograph!
It hasn't been easy. But after much effort, here we finally are.
Who are you?
I'm the one who planted that body. I'm the one that brought you here. I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Did he use zombie telekinesis to do that?
Rest now, Grace. We have so much to do.
FBI analysts just scour the net for the easiest people to entrap. I mean, hey, that's something that they do. Finally, someone normal, says Barry. Hey, he wants to have a normal conversation with her. Instead of attacking her and shooting her with a shotgun, you know? One day I sat down to watch The Thing 1982 as I ate, now nothing phases me. My experience was I was watching the ending of Akira while people... I was on the second story of a building, of my house at the time, and in the kitchen below me, my mom was cooking venison during the meat monster shit in Akira. That was pretty visceral.
Like watches.
And it's not post-mortem lividity.
No. No, this is different. That's 6 now. 6 survivors of Raccoon City, all dead from the same thing.
Look at him. Look at the aura on this guy. This is an entrance.
No. No, it's not.
But I have something for you.
I was talking over the beginning of that, but everything about the way that he is framed and revealed here is brilliant.
Umbrella. Victor Gideon.
Who is he?
A former T-virus researcher. Hey, I just got a report of a missing police officer. It might be unrelated, but he disappeared near where the 5th body was found. You there, Leon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm here.
I'm here.
You okay?
Vroom, vroom.
Just... Check it out.
I gotta blow my nose. I'm gonna do it now while the cutscene's going.
You almost there?
Just about. Stuck in traffic. You've got to be shitting me.
Oh shit, is that Leon S. Kennedy? So I gotta pause the cutscene here to talk about something. Talk about the RE setting, like I was at the beginning of this stream for people who are unfamiliar with it. Because the whole bioterrorism setting is like kind of interesting, but I feel like it's always been kind of underutilized. Up until this point, the most interesting that a Resident Evil game could be is to be locked in an architecturally interesting place and have to solve puzzles. That was, I'm not saying that other RE games that don't do that are like bad. RE4 doesn't really do that, and it's like the best game ever made. But I'm saying the most interesting that the RE setting could be is locked in an architecturally interesting space where unjustifiably you have to do elaborate puzzles with gemstones and keys to unlock doors. The bioterror setting is conceptually interesting, where this is a zombie setting where there is no post-apocalypse, there is no surviving and scavenging in the wasteland, there is surviving and scavenging in the contained location that you're in, but theoretically the guy that you're playing as is not a Joel Last of Us, like, post-apocalypse survivor. You're playing as either a Joe Schmo who was living a normal life yesterday, like Grace in this game, or like a SWAT agent like the cast of RE1, or eventually specifically countered bioterrorism agents like in RE4 and RE5. They overplayed their hand with RE6. This is well known, but RE6 is about a global bioterror action. And there's multiple cities getting hit by gas attacks that are turning people into zombies. And, like, I think in the minds of the folks at Capcom, it's like, this is the escalation of the setting that we've created, where zombies are a form of terrorism and you know, like, and are, like, used by bad guys to achieve things. But the thing to me is that Resident Evil 6 isn't just, like, bad because people who like horror games don't like that, you know, there are zombies in that game with machine guns, and that it plays more like a Call of Duty game than it does like a Resident Evil. That's a big part of why people dislike it, obviously. But to me, the under-talked about thing is that a city-wide outbreak is the standard zombie setting that Resident Evil almost never does. There's an outbreak in Raccoon City in RE2 and 3, but the city outbreak part is like the opening couple of screens of RE2 and bits of street traversal in RE3. That's not really what Resident Evil has ever been about, and honestly, sliding it that way in RE6 didn't highlight what was unique about the setting. It made it more like a standard zombie setting, just the difference was you were playing as guys who were well-equipped to deal with a zombie outbreak. This is the most interesting thing you can do with this setting.
Is she okay?
Oh, she's fine. I'm just taking her home.
Leon, what's your sit rep?
I'm going after Victor.
Don't do anything stupid.
Me? Never.
Whoa. Hey, what the hell, lady?
Help me!
You okay? What are you doing?
Get Brentwood locked down.
Is it something to do with Victor?
Yeah. He's the one to thank for all the excitement.
Out of the way!
Shit!
Get out of here, now!
Damn it, I'm sucking ass right now. Oh, wrong button. But it worked out just fine. I picked up ammo on accident that I didn't even know was there.
Let's make this quick.
I actually forgot something. I'm sorry. I have to go backwards. I'm too into it. Forgot there was a green arm back here. Okay, now we go. Now we ball. Selling right now. I am absolutely selling.
Leon, have you located Victor?
No, I lost him. Back to square one.
Not necessarily. Victor purchased a building after Umbrella went under. The Rhodes Hill Chronic Care Center. I'll send you the address.
So, when I say that this is the most interesting thing you can do with the setting, is what is genuinely, completely unique about Resident Evil as a zombie setting is the idea that someone can say, oh no, the feds are onto me. I need to buy myself some time. And they can cause a little outbreak that's the size of a block, and a guy like Leon can completely contain it in 4 minutes flat. No apocalypse. But they just used it to there, and now they're in the wind. And Leon S. Kennedy didn't catch me. That is the most interesting thing that's ever happened in the Resident Evil setting. Not the most interesting thing that's ever happened in a Resident Evil game, to be clear. The most interesting thing you can do with the setting.
Hey! Help!
By the way, if anybody has problems with needles or sharp glass, maybe don't watch the next, like, 90 seconds.
Oh, yes.
So one thing that I think is interesting in the debate about video game graphics, because we've obviously talked a lot on this show about how ultra-realistic graphics don't sell a game anymore. Like, this is one of the most visually impressive games out there. And, you know, I'm not going to say that anybody bought it because it looked good. Nobody was like, well, I don't want to play a horror game or a shooter game or zombie game, but I am going to buy it because it looks good. Like, we're past that point in video games. But what I do think is worth talking about is that as much as I will often go for style more than trying to look realistic or whatever, is that this is actually a really good example of a type of game, of a genre even, where a cartoony style, or just general stylization, actually wouldn't be as effective. Not necessarily that you can't be scary and cartoony at the same time, but I actually do think that there is something to be said for the pushing the fidelity on what people look like as they turn, as they get pulped, with even her cutting herself with a piece of glass there and pulling a needle out of herself. It's a lot of blood. That's a lot of my blood. Began blood extraction. Checked pulse. No abnormalities. Administered Dexafil. Condition stable. Ready for further examination. Where's that light coming from? Nothing. Okay, just that Grace has special eyes. Okay. Well, now we do need to make some adjustments for spookiness, don't we? I'll be right back. Still a little too bright. Damn. This is going to be a toughie. This is going to be a tough one to get right. If it goes any darker, you guys aren't even going to be able to see me. And I don't have a good way to control my lighting setup here. We're just going to have to rock this. I don't know, this might be even worse, because now I just look pale. Now I just look kind of pale and shitty. Oh well. We're going to give it a shot. I need it to be darker anyway, or else I can't see a damn thing that's happening. When you say cartoon style, do you have example? Because all I can think of is the Resident Evil animated movies. Oh god, what's that horror anthology anime? I cannot remember the name of it. God. It's got that spooky thing with the guys on the space station. And like an AI. There's another segment about a guy who stinks so bad he kills people. I can't remember the name of this anime. This anime OVA movie. So one of the worst things about this game, by far... Oh, I'm not allowed to do that yet. Okay. One of the worst things about this game, by far... I'll demonstrate it in a minute, actually. I'll demonstrate it in a second. What's in here? I'll take that. Thank you. Mysterious force of turning on a light that caused an object to move. That makes sense. I'm out of here. I don't like hanging out in the dark. Isn't this also a glass bottle I can pick up? Am I psycho? I thought there was a glass bottle over there I could pick up. Maybe the game doesn't want to let me do it yet. Oh, well. All right, we're going to go this way. Ugh, man, my Leon hair. This is not manageable. The idea that he stays looking DSO fresh all the time while he's on missions doing this is crazy. I've seen multiple posts about how this horse at the end of this hallway is scarier than any monster in this game. What? Somebody being evil in this residence.
Dad.
No, I didn't mean to turn off the light. I wanted to get the key. Thank you. Code 6, emergency protocols, says voice. Hello? Anybody? Okay, I'll go back to my business in this spooky hallway. Cut that out. That's evil. That's not even pretending to be, like, rocking back and forth under just, like, some momentum. Look at that. That thing's moving like it's possessed. The Memories Anthology, thank you. That's what I was trying to think of. That's got some spooky stuff in it, and it's like, you know, traditional anime cartoon style. Oh, sweet. Another empty bottle. I'll take that. Glass bottle with a faint medicinal smell. It's not telling me about the actual thing. Alrighty. Well, here's our first ink ribbon. We could save, but we auto-saved when we woke up on that table, so that would be a waste of an ink ribbon. Playing on classic standard, autosaves will be limited. Ink ribbons are required. Ink ribbons are scarce, so use them wisely. I will. I'll use them very wisely. Ornate metal lighter. It'll make it easier to see in the dark, and also to light things on fire. Wahoo. So, one of the, I would say, most infuriating things about this game's design, and I'm sure it's on purpose, is... Everybody, I'm going to turn the volume up all the way, and I'm going to actually go back in first person first. What am I talking about? Now listen. I wasn't talking about you. Now listen to this. Do you hear multiple footsteps every time I stop walking? So when I was playing this, I was like, what is... When Grace stops walking, she, like, settles. She takes, like, 5 additional steps after you stop walking to settle. It's insane. You constantly think there's somebody following you. I'm sure it's on purpose. That's too spooky for me. Why are all the lights moving? Nothing. Raccoons! I love raccoons. Raccoons are like Resident Evil. The Shadow Ghost by Harriet Jones. Have you seen the Shadow Ghost hiding in the dark? Have you seen the Shadow Ghost staying from the light? Who would write a children's book like this? Have you seen the Shadow Ghost? Because she's watching you. Stay in the light, oh my god, please. I'm gonna make an early shot call based on something that I know. That this doesn't make sense, but we'll be back to that later. Oh, look, it's evil red eyes and big monster mouth around two people, including someone wearing a crown. Wonder what that could mean. I do wonder. I don't know yet. Now, I'm not spooked by it because I knew about it, but this is very well placed. This little teddy bear in this jacket so that when you turn around in the flashing of the hallway, you think for a second somebody's there. That's good. The placement of that horse down there is good. It's all good. Now let's go this direction. Because we've got light now, so we can check out that room that was too dark that the mysterious bottle came from. I'm sure there'll be something fun and entertaining in there. You let me pick up this bottle now? Now that I can see it? Was that the idea before? It was too dark and I couldn't see it, even though I totally could. Pop, 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 pop. I should just turn up the brightness in the game all the way. And then I'll be able to see everything. Simple solution to the problem. I should just go into the options and turn the brightness up all the way.
He's dead. Infected.
It's very, very AOT. Nobody told me this was a scary game. Well, that's interesting. Grace normally shouts at that monster to stay away, but I guess because I was hiding behind that pillar, it considered the monster to be out of Grace's line of sight, so she didn't say the line. We're learning all kinds of stuff. I'm also realizing that because of my pre-game knowledge, I was not thorough enough. In the room back there with the spooky notebook, when I opened up the closet and the lamp fell on me, the reason that was significant is because there's a note in there that says, hey, just so everybody knows, I moved the screwdriver to the prep room. I totally forgot to look at that because I already knew. Now, I don't know why they wrote a special note about... Actually, it doesn't just say the screwdriver. It's noting other equipment, too, but the other, like, sections of it are, like, blurred out.
Oh my god.
Used to administer medicine in an emergency.
This looks important. Oh, maybe.
Cut that out. Can't reach it. Need something to step on. Oh, was that fake just to scare me? Cool, okay. That was fake just to scare me. So, because I have my oh, my bad. There was a QTE, and then it went away because I didn't hold fast enough. So Grace just reached out and did nothing. That's cool. Love that. Love that. Thank you. I'll take that. Now, because I've got my foreknowledge, I know a secret trick. You have to move this thing to get to the toolbox where the screwdriver is. But if you move it too fast, this pan falls off the side and makes a loud noise. And this monster that's chasing us is blind, but it's not deaf. I know from testing that it literally can't see you unless you make a noise. So, you're supposed to just confidently push the stick, and then the pan falls over, and it alerts the monster, and it comes in this room. And that changes the monster's routine. But you can just very slowly... Damn it. Didn't move it slow enough. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
This way, no, this way.
I'm so good at this game, dude. Yes, this is my 700th playthrough. See ya. Nope. See, I knew that was gonna happen, but I'm giving you guys the roller coaster thrill ride of this game because I'm so smart and cool that I've already seen the beginning of this game before. This stream will get more interesting after I get past the stuff that I've seen before, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna play it. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Go away because you'll get hurt in this room. And then she does the spooky thing where she cuts the lights.
Please, no.
Oh, hey, I actually forgot something in here, didn't I? There's like a locker you can open behind that. Is there anything useful in here? Hey, there's a green herb. I'll take that.
I guess.
Stop talking, Grace. Do not come in here. Keep walking. Go. Go on. Shoo. Fuck. It's fine. It's not fine. It's fine. She can't see me. She can only hear me. I've tested this. Because I was like, I messed up her routine where you don't have that door to slip by her when I was playing this the other day. Because I did it silently. And so I literally was trying to attract her attention to debate her. And it's trying to tutorialize me on how to close the door, but that's a trick. And now the light is off in here, so this room is not safe anymore. So I stood, like, dancing in the light to try and get her to come toward me at one point, and it didn't work. So I'm thoroughly tested this enemy's behavior. The game tutorializes you on how to close the door, and then immediately makes you run back out the door. This is a troll video game.
Come on!
Grace needs to learn how to contain her fright, says Allie W. That's not fair. This is a girl who was clearly prone to anxiety and panic attacks before her mom's throat got slit right in front of her, right? Is Leon listening to dubstep in his Porsche Cayenne? Oh, she's got them kicks on. Were those shoes licensed as well? Can I go buy Leon's kicks right now? Better. Not quite long enough over here. I'm not quite perfect like him.
Mr. Kennedy, welcome. Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
Funny. I don't remember getting an invitation.
Well, he's waiting for you.
Can't have that, can we?
Follow me, please.
Lead the way.
K-Heart's Lover asked, late to the stream, Jacob, what made you want to stream this game? I mean, frankly, I wanted to stream... I almost streamed,
Dr. Gideon.
Not long. I just recently joined the team.
I almost streamed RE4 Original and RE4 Remake when RE4 Remake came out. It just didn't happen.
All undergoing experimental therapies developed by Dr. Gideon.
Experimental therapies.
Yes. It's all very cutting edge. The facility keeps a low profile due to the sensitive nature of the research.
Oh, I bet it does.
It's a conspicuously high number of corpses you got here, lady. Care to explain yourself?
Please, wait here.
Because I know they need cadavers for medical experiments, but, you know. But Skeleton Man sees through his plan. With his skeleton eyes, he's Skeleton Man. So he just always looked like that. That's fun.
Code 6, all staff initiate emergency protocols.
That's what we heard when we went to the gate with Grace.
Mr. Kennedy, we need to leave immediately.
What's going on?
I don't know what's happening. Some kind of mass hysteria. The hospital is on lockdown. Doctor.
God damn.
No thanks, bro.
I think I want a second opinion.
Nice.
Nice. Time for some payback. You okay, lady?
Well, that went well.
Just another day at the office for Leon Kennedy. I did use the Requiem more than I did when I practiced this the other night. I mainly used it the other night to, like, make sure, because when the, you guys may have noticed, I didn't go for the chainsaw immediately, because when you kill a zombie who's using the chainsaw, it hits the ground and it's still running. And it'll hurt Leon if you walk up to it and he can't pick it up. The zombies don't care, and they'll just tank the damage. So you actually have to wait until it's, like, stopped spinning all over the place to pick it up, but they can rush up to it and grab it and keep attacking you with it. And they'll even, like, grab it and, like even if they don't stand up, they'll, like, along the ground to, like, take out Leon's shins. So, last night when I was rehearsing this, I used the Requiem to take out, like, 2 zombies in one shot who were both going for it, and then picked it up. This time I kind of panicked. But somebody in chat earlier said, don't worry about using the Requiem too much early on, which, you know, I mean, I do technically know about, because I know that some stuff is going to happen shortly. But, you know, still pays to be careful. Pays not to, you know, not to overuse your good stuff when you could just be a super badass and not need it. God, just this insanity run of this room, and it just did an insanity run of this room, and it was effing brutal, I can imagine. They know they're working with zombies, so maybe it's practical, says Finn Thimbletiver about them having cadavers everywhere. Oh, absolutely. Again, it's more just about Leon S. Kennedy walking into that room and going, Oh boy. The Persona 4, sorry, not Persona, the Resident Evil 4 version of him would say something funny there. Hunt us, seek us, find us, break us. This should be a little Mr. Raccoon collectible. I thought it would be here when I started a new game, but no, I guess they persist across all of the games. I guess that makes sense, because you're supposed to replay it and find them, so. That's supposed to be a little Mr. Raccoon mechanized like bobblehead that you're supposed to blow up, and it's one of these games collectibles.
How are things on your end?
I just hacked into the center's network.
Good. Good. Can you find me the floor plan?
I'll see what I can do.
Well, in the meantime, I'll try to track him down.
Keep me posted.
Will do.
Half of ND said, "Who needs the Requiem when you got the chainsaw?" Well, you need the Requiem to secure the chainsaw, or you need a lot of perfect headshots really fast. Because the zombies literally, like the same way that when they get close to you, they'll speed up and lunge to grab you. They will speed up and lunge to grab the chainsaw.
Come on, come on,
So this was in a trailer they released like a couple of months ago. They just released like this whole scene. And the editing here is amazing. The cut on her running past him and her like, ah! Because that gun going off next to your ear would like give you permanent hearing damage. And then she's dealing with what should be like a game-long stalker enemy, and Leon just blows its head off is brilliant.
You okay?
Yeah. Thanks.
Leon Kennedy, DSO.
CSO. I'm Grace. Ashcroft. FBI.
FBI. What are you doing here?
Someone kidnapped me.
Victor Gideon.
I don't know.
Well, we should leave. What does Victor want with you?
What?
Grace.
What do you mean?
He grabbed you for a reason.
Wait, you're DSO. That's the counter bioterrorism agency, right?
Take this.
You sure?
You might need it. Now go. Get out of here.
This is where that clip cut off that they publicly released. They didn't show that he's just standing right there in his snakeskin camo raincoat.
Dr. Gideon.
So nice to finally meet you, Leon. Why don't we have a little talk?
Too slow.
He's not too slow. I saw that clip from Infinite Darkness where that one guy moves first and Leon still gets the shot off first. That was...
I see you're exhibiting symptoms too.
Oh, okay. It's because he's got the geostigma in him. It's making him slow down. That's the excuse for why the player might not be as good as Canon Leon. Once again, Leon is choked out by a big, strong man.
I'll be fine.
Will you? Yeah, that's some confidence, I guess. You know. It's good to be optimistic.
I hope.
Okay, there we go. There's only one bullet in it, and it wouldn't matter if I had used every bullet in it or no bullets, because the excuse is that Leon shot 4 shots in that cutscene, so there's only one bullet in it, because she doesn't have his ammo, you know. DSO issued large assault revolver that takes 12.7 by 55 millimeter rounds. That's kind of stupid for a nerdy gun reason. So that's slightly less than a 50 caliber bullet. It is an anti-material round. That's why they picked it. Is that it's supposed to be that it's an anti-material handgun. The problem is that 12.7 is a Russian caliber. A U.S. federal agent would be using NATO rounds, but I'm sure the thing was like they wanted to give Leon/Grace a anti-material handgun, and everybody knows what the Desert Eagle is and what it looks like, and they found this funky Russian revolver. They were like, nobody's ever seen this before. So if we put it in this, it's like, hey, it's a real gun if somebody looks it up, but it feels more like almost cartoony and extreme and Resident Evil-y. But yeah, check it out. She's got a big gun. She's got a big old gun. And she can shoot it whenever she wants to. But she really shouldn't, because she'll break her wrists. Geostigma gets worse with depression. No, is Leon depressed? He's been depressed ever since 1998, I think. At least in the new continuity. In RE4 original, he wasn't depressed.
This looks like it leads outside.
So like I said, especially now that we're in this leg of the game, I will be toggling back and forth between first person and third person Grace. Leon's probably going to stay third person because he needs to stay action kung fu man. I need to be able to see QC. I need to be able to see threats from all angles. We won't be sneaking around and peering around corners as Leon, I don't suspect. But I guess we'll find out. Ah. Nope, not using that. Victor Gideon, transforming lives through medicine. And nobody looked at him and said, he looks like a Resident Evil villain. Again, in this setting, I feel like you see that guy and you go, hold on, I gotta do a Google. Does Victor Gideon have anything to do with Umbrella? Chairman, Mitchell Bennett. Lead researcher, Anthony Richard. Security manager, Luke Clark. Dignity of the moon, trust of the sun, serenity of the stars. We are partners. Sure. Whatever you say, pal. There's some stuff over here. There's another ink ribbon. And there's an ink ribbon tin. Could be used again if combined with something to replace the ink. Folders marked with recent dates. That's cool. I like that. Medication room. Unauthorized personnel are not permitted. Past this point. In the case of irregularities, contact lead researcher immediately. In emergencies, they didn't finish writing that note, I guess. Did they just write it 20 minutes ago?
Oh, God.
This is one thing you are losing from the YouTuber reaction, is that from the trailers, I really assumed this was going to be at the end of the game in a secret lab under nuked out Raccoon City, not in the first 2 hours. When they showed this little girl.
Is someone there? Oh, I'm sorry if I surprised you. Cataracts. You can't see, can you?
You can't just say that, Grace.
Was there someone in the other cell? Why are you in there? Everyone Aaron's going.
Stay away from me!
Are you alright?
Get away!
No, no. Hold on. No. No, no.
Pragmata says, Qui Mosabe? Qui Mosabe? A little Pragmata. I can't believe Pragmata's coming out. I thought that game was never coming out. Just a further indication that, hey, even with Capcom on their generational winning streak, not everything goes according to plan. West Wing keycard. Golden keycard covered in blood. That's cool. I like that. So what's going on with this dude? Skin was gouged with something sharp. That's not a zombie bite. That's not head got chopped off by Attack on Titan blind monster. That is the preferred murder method of bag over head man from the beginning of the game. And there's blood everywhere. Now, if anybody's played this game, don't say anything. Shut the hell up. So that's a clone of Grace, right? That's 100% a clone of Grace, right? When I saw this in the trailers, I was like, oh, that's going to be a flashback when Grace remembers her time in a secret Umbrella lab that is the reason she's important. That's a clone of Grace, right? Don't say anything if you played this game. Anyway, also, check this out. No patient. Small hole. Big hole. Similar to hole we saw with Blind Girl, who attacked us earlier, who was wearing a white outfit that got stretched out improbably, like the Hulk's pants. I have no information. These are my guesses from having watched the first couple hours of this game already. I have no intel. Don't fucking say anything. Oh, antique coin, need that. This is the one thing, is that because I've played this, like when I missed the note about the screwdriver, because I've already played the beginning of this, I'm going to get sloppy and I'm going to miss stuff. Limits how many items you can carry around, but if you don't want to leave anything behind, store items you don't need in the item box. Classic. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, we only have 8 inventory slots right now. And there's only a few items in this game that stack. So it's not great. The other thing I have to remember to do is, even if I know that a door is locked, I need to remember to walk up to it so it gets marked red for me later when I'm Metroidvania-ing my way through this place. So even if I know what something is, I have to stop and click on it. Though in a few places I am just going to use foreknowledge to be like, well, I know not to go in there right now. Could fit something in the indent. Could do. Could do that. When did she get a flashlight? Did she pick one up? Did Leon give her one with the gun? Did I forget about this? Am I stupid? I might be stupid. I might just be forgetting that it happened explicitly on screen. Nailing down speedrun of this section, or like least resource intensive version, is so fun. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised nobody in chat went, Jacob, why did you put the gun in the item box? Unnecessary. Don't need it. He will come and check out his big pot of gumbo in a second. So I need to kind of kite him to come and look at his gumbo pot so that I can go around him. By the way, for anybody curious, because I watched a couple of different people play the beginning of this game, you can unga-bunga your way through this instead of trick juking him like that if you have the Requiem, but you can't kill him. If you shoot him with a headshot with the Requiem, it stuns him long enough for you to get past him. And only if you stun him in a spot where there is room to slip past him, because he is so big. So, something that's different about the zombies in this game, they talked about this in the press, is that these zombies turned like 20 minutes ago. That's their justification. Frankly, in Resident Evil, anytime a zombie is something different, they can just go, oh, it's a different strain of the virus. That's the one thing that's kind of lame about the setting. Well, there's lots of things that are lame about the setting. Is like RE8 is like, oh my god, there's werewolves and vampires? Is this something new? No, it's just a new strain of the virus. Well, then, why even bother? Like, at that point, don't even bother explaining. If it's like, ooh, what's going on? What? Well, it's a new strain of the virus. Well, that sucks. That's lame as shit. But anyway, because these zombies just turned minutes ago, presumably when we heard the code 6 whatever, which does raise the question, though, of we were in spooky zone with dead bodies before that went off, and we heard big creepy monsters stomping around on the floor above us before that alert happened and all the zombies attacked Leon. So clearly there was some zombies in the building beforehand. But I don't know. Again, I'm talking literally just the data that I have, even with like another hour of play. I don't know much more than what we all know right now where we are. But anyway, one of the gimmicks they showed is that the zombies are following routines and they talk. And this is the second Alan Wake inspiration, because as you guys may remember from our Alan Wake playthrough, is that the Taken in that game are like speak in trope parlance. They shout like catchphrases of their job, whatever their role was when they were still alive, such as... She's not saying her lines. I tried to cue her up and she didn't say her lines. I'm sure I'll get attacked by one of the maid zombies at some point, but if they get up close on Grace, their melee animation is they like scratch her face and rant about needing it to be clean. Thank you very much. Need that knife. Most of the zombies, not all, but at least some, the ones that I've tested, don't react to the flashlight. However, this guy, because he's obsessed with turning out the lights, if you shine the flashlight at him, he'll get aggressive. But the maid lady back there, or even the big chef zombie, do not care if you flash the light at them. You do your thing, pal. The mold strain is personally my favorite, says Half a Fan D. Fungal infection has always been morbidly fascinating to me because it's real with snails and insects today. Yeah. I mean, that was the impetus for the Last of Us setting, right? At the end of the day, the Last of Us setting, like, I mean, they're still just normal zombies, functionally, for most of the game. The main change is, like, I don't know, the clickers, like, they can't see, but they're sound-based, which is another thing this game kind of has in some spots. What did I just pick up? Another ink ribbon? You know what? Actually, since I just unlocked this... Oh, wait, no, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm just thinking. Yeah, actually, I'm going to go back. Go back for just a second, ladies and gentlemen. You know, like other than like I don't know the king rat enemy that Abby fights in part 2.
What if I can't get out?
The zombies in Last of Us are mostly just zombies, and the whole like you know, the cordyceps thing is like just an aesthetic change that doesn't really change the setting meaningfully, other than like occasionally the characters have to put on gas masks, but that doesn't mean anything to you playing it. All right. I'm remembering when I did this, I started to run out of inventory space with some stuff I have to do. And I'm gonna route this. I'm routing this, baby. I'm planning. Sweet, a gun, laying on the ground. Give me that. I love that they animated the whole routine there. That's fantastic. And a knife, please. Thank you. Give me those. Thank you. Sweet, 2 bullets. That's not enough to do dick in this game. Mark that on my map, thank you. I'm gonna leave you behind now, goodbye. You have fun. See you later. Antique coin, need that. Thank you. These bullets, please, thank you. Damn it. Oh, sweet. I got away without an injury. Awesome. Okay. He's following me. That's fine. I'll deal with you in a second. I'll deal with you in a moment. I'm routing right now, okay? I'm getting all the stuff that I need, all right? I'm busy. I'm gaming. Grace, shove! Grace, run! Grace, lightly jog away! Oh, hold on. Need to look at this. Thank you. So, these maps populate as you walk through them until you find an actual area map that populates stuff even that you haven't been to yet. What it won't do is tell you, like, what doors require what to access them. So, for example, right now this door is just gray. If I walk up to it, it's locked. Oh, wrong door. Sorry. That door's open. I didn't go towards it. This door is locked, and now it turns red. Son of a bitch, he's still following me. We're speedrunning, gamers. We're speeding. We're speedrunning. They don't hear that. It's just there to scare you. It's fake. That piano strike is fake. Unclench. See? Easy. It's easy. It's too easy when you're a guy like me. It's too easy when you're... That's why I had to... Son of a whore. Thank you. Now. Okay, we're gaming, gamers. Knew it. Shit. Okay, well, come back for that in a second. I don't have enough room to pick that up. I've noticed there are little pottery things on tables that are conspicuous, that are conspicuously breakable looking. Okay, all right, this should be fine. I can make this work. I have enough space left to do what I need to do in this room.
Fire.
Need this pencil. Oh, shit. Fuck. Damn it. Come on, Jacob. Lock in. Lock in. Come on, Jacob. Lock in, dude.
Shit.
Go away for a second. I'm just collecting all your stuff, okay? What's this say? Just, you stay on the ground. I'm going to read this for a second. Suspect will receive a visit from the DSO shortly. I want you to enact Code 6 at 11:30. I've achieved my goal and no longer have need of this place. Victor. Victor Gideon. Open. Holy shit. Thank you. It's a lot of blood. Dip, 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 dip. I need the pencil, please. I need to solve this little Nintendo DS throwback puzzle. This freezes time, don't worry. He cannot touch me as long as I am using his pencil. Moon, sun, star, moon. Come on, lock in. Lock in, Grace. There you go. Moon, sun, star, moon. Where is he? Still in there? Cool. If I'd really been a gamer, I would have memorized the combination and not even solved the puzzle. But I gotta show you guys how to solve the puzzle, or else what kind of Let's Player am I? And we're out of here. Damn it. Come on, Grace. Lock in. Unlock the door. Game. Alright, that wasn't that bad. That could have gone a lot worse. I had enough room to get the ruby and the quartz, which I did not do my first time around. That was pretty solid. That was pretty tight. I need that antique coin, please. I need a single ink ribbon. Yeah, I need this green herb. And that's all I need for now. Thank you. Oh, actually, hold on. Before I actually save, let me go clear my inventory by putting the moon quartz into the door that needs the moon quartz. I need to put the moon quartz in the moon slot in the sun, moon, stars door.
Perfect fit. Yes, I need 2 more.
Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, I forgot. At the top of these stairs, where I ran away from Crazy Lady, my inventory was full, so I couldn't get it. And now we combine these. Yes, gamers. Yes. All right. Rat King from Last of Us is a reference to an amalgamation of rats stuck together by their tails. Yes, yeah, I know. It's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. Why not just put it in the chest and wait until you have them all? Unnecessary. Yeah, that's my save files from the other day. I guess I'm gonna leave a gap just to make sure I know what I'm doing. Though I'll probably overwrite those. Like, I'm never gonna go back to that save file. I only did that as prep for this, so. All right, saved up. How's my inventory? Yeah, that's what I need. Okay. Now, the switcheroo they do is that the game makes you think. The game makes you think. You have eliminated the kitchen by unlocking that door to the right, so I never have to go through the room where the scary kitchen man is. But actually, it is a trick. Because as soon as you unlock that door that would allow you to bypass the kitchen, he starts patrolling. Shit. Oh, she does a little lean. This game is balanced for lean. That's crazy. All right. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Siren creeps me out, says half a fan D. It's so unsettling. Oh, yeah. I mean, all the zombies continuing to mutter their shit is unsettling. They're taking... Because the Alan Wake thing, the Taken shouting their stuff, is often deliberately, to be clear, deliberately comedic. Not necessarily genuinely scary. They're doing much the same thing here, but it's much more scary than just, you know, just silly or like slightly unsettling. The Alan Wake DLC in particular especially plays.
How do people normally get in here?
Careful, Grace. You lean on the fourth wall that hard, it's liable to just come crashing down. Alrighty. We've had our fun with first person. We are now going to use first person only when it is time to peek around a corner that I can't peek around, or for and I guess I'm sure I'll have other causes to do it at some point. Whee! Interesting, the lean isn't a thing in third person, which I would say makes sense, except for the fact that you can't shoulder swap. So you can only shoot around right corners. Take all that, thank you. Sorry, pal. Whee! An East Wing card. Thank you.
Oh, sorry about this.
Nothing inside. An herb, though. That's cool. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me try something. How do I do... Poll. Okay. Gang? Gang? I'm going to give you a minute to respond to this, but you all have to participate, and then we're going to see who can gamba the best. You have to vote, and we'll see who wins. We'll see who gamba good. Now, while that's up, we got some stuff to look at here. We have a hip pouch, which allows you to carry more items and takes 3 antique coins. We have the stabilizer, which improves gun handling and increases firepower. To be clear, permanently. Because, like, if it was just a shot to give yourself a few seconds of shooting better, it wouldn't be worth it. Increases max health. Unnecessary, just don't get hit. Increases blood collector's capacity by 50. We'll get to that later. I'm going to do this first. Because increased inventory size allows us to get antique coins faster. Because we never have to leave an antique coin behind. We don't have to waste a slot. Always expand inventory first. Then get other stuff that helps after you've expanded your inventory. Really dumb. I kept crouching because R3 is shoulder swap and arc raiders. That was the other big reason that I was like, I need to play this before I get on stream, is like I did not want to be futzing with buttons. Like the fact that I knew just now to, okay, I want to strike that pot with the knife. I need to hold down L1 and then hit R2. Like I would have had to waste time figuring that out on show. Gonna Persona 5 this. Black, high numbers. Big money, no whammies. Pictured him with a Brooklyn accent when he said, "You fired." Alrighty. Always bet on black is up 54%. 54% versus 46%. Only 13 of you voted, but that's fine, because that means it can't be a tie. Black. 62 black. If you voted black, you get something. I don't know what. You get the pride of being right. Or is that 29 black? It's 29 black, excuse me. 29 black. You can swipe with R2, you don't need L2? Or it would be L1. Cha. Ha-cha. Ha-cha. I'm pretty sure it well, I guess you're right, because it doesn't, you can't blind fire, can you? So even if, okay, if this costs me a bullet, I'm going to be mad at you. Okay, never mind. I guess it's strong attack. Like it is, because I know with Leon, if you hold L1 and press, it's a strong attack. So I guess she has strong attack too. Yes, that is a 29 berry. I corrected myself. Listen, okay? Listen. Sometimes in life, we look at a tiny number on a TV screen that's on the other side of the room from us, and we make a mistake, okay? Because we're trying to be entertaining and move quick. One of 3 numbers it always lands on, BTW. Interesting. I wonder if that's a puzzle that I'm going to have to solve later. He's right there, isn't he? He's right behind me, isn't he? Oh no, he sounds farther away than I thought. Maybe I heard Grace's breathing. Sometimes first person will be useful, but I'm mostly going to play in third person. Frankly, I just kind of like it better. I will say, I have been selling a lot with my gameplay. Taking hits, missing headshots. It's usually 29, 16, and one other number. Keep spinning and find out. I'll do it later. I'll spin later and find out. All right, so all we did there after that save was go into that room and get that stuff, so I'm not going to... I shouldn't even bother storing the coins, because I'm just going to pick up more coins. Like, that slot will always get taken up by coins. You get stored. You get stored. Gun, knife, gun, meds. Oh, actually, am I in caution? I'm in caution. I should use this, actually. I don't need empty bottles. I don't need the med injector. Coin... Yeah, I'm fine. I got everything I need. All right, let's go. I got everything I need to rock and roll. Another streamer I watched learned he could juke enemies in RE7 and 8 by using the ladder and staying on it. Wonder if that works here. There are ladders later on. Perhaps we'll... Actually, I'm going to say I'm not testing that because I'm playing on Classic with save ribbons. With ink ribbons, I mean. With the coins, you can do the same method as the quartz. You can just preload them into the next upgrade you want. Yes, you're right. I did know that. I didn't think about it. You are right. But the thing is, I'm going to pick up antique coins again immediately. So, like, and since they stack, I'm not, like, freeing up a slot by doing it. So, but you make a good point. You can do that. Yes, I'm doing this part because I got the manual upgrade before the pouch. Always expand your inventory first. The only time you ever, like, look, when you get money in a video game and you can get upgrades, you spend it on one of two things. You spend it on the upgrade that gives you more inventory because it will allow you to upgrade things faster. There's supposed to be another Mr. Raccoon there. Or you spend it on, come on, Jacob. Or you spend it on upgrades that let you make money faster. That's why, like, when we played Lego Star Wars, I don't remember if it was when we played it on stream. I think it was when Joshua and I played Skywalker Saga just by ourselves for fun. We didn't spend any money on anything until we saved up a shitload of money to get the studs multiplier. Because nothing else matters until you have got the thing that lets you get more money faster. All the organs were removed from this body. There's also some pipes in there and some matrix plugs and tubes.
Oh, God. In the heart, perhaps.
There is something under the shackle, but I can't get it. I think Grace could. There's not actually. Look at that. There's not the thing to squeeze that little buckle. There's not the thing to squeeze to release it. I guess Grace needs like a knife. But she has a knife. Doesn't work. I need a better knife. No, I don't need a makeshift knife. I need a knife. There's a safe, but I don't know the combination. Now, they do something really fun here. They do a clever, cool horror game thing. They give you something very powerful here. Contains toxin chemicals for emergency use only. Hemolytic injector, special drug that destroys infected blood cells, prevents corpses from mutating, and can be used to stealthily take out enemies. Sneak up behind an enemy, use the injector to take them out instantly. Same strategy can be used on staggered enemies. Oh my god! It's giving me the crouch behind them and press R3 to kill them instantly. That's so powerful in a Resident Evil. And then another guy stands up right behind the dude as you kill him.
That's too effective.
Close the door, Grace. Grace, close the door. Bro, the proximity on the door closing could stand to be, like, slightly wider, just because, like, half the time when you try it, you're literally in the way, and the door can't close. Oh, yeah, I left scrap in that dude's office. That's fine. I gotta go back there later anyway. Blood collector. Analysis device that collects blood that can be altered to which can be altered to craft other items. Every good game has a crafting system. We all know this. Use blood collector to gather infected blood, which can be harnessed to craft useful items. You can analyze your crafting capabilities, increase your crafting capabilities by analyzing blood specimens with the laser microscope.
This might be useful.
Is that zombie following me? No, we're good. It's fine. Classic RE stuff. Zoom in on thing happen. Avoid activating all atoms. Conversions, minimum steps 1. So this is, I could just solve this instantaneously, but just to show you all how it works, it's one of these things where you press a thing, and it changes all of the adjacent blocks to what you pressed. So if there are 2 next to it, you change both of them. If there are 3 next to it, you change the ones next to it and the one that you clicked on. So it changes this one back. This one's real simple, because you just hit in the middle. Fixed. Only 1 step required. You can now craft handgun ammo and the injector. Create new items to the crafting menu by combining items together. Woohoo! But I need some blood, which is right here. Convenient. Custom blood collector that Dr. Richardson ordered has finally arrived. To be honest, I was skeptical at first, but I'm genuinely impressed by its effectiveness. Combining infected blood with our experimental substances has been such a challenge for us, but this device makes it so easy to do biocrimes. This is sure to improve the efficiency of our blood research and speed up analysis as further mutation patterns. So, by the way, I kind of like blew past it earlier, but they said and can prevent zombies from mutating. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what it looks like. I wasn't surprised to learn that, so I think it might have been teased in like some of the marketing, and I forgot about it. But this game works on RE1 rules, where if you don't destroy a zombie body, if you kill it, it will just come back stronger, which is a big part of why it's not just that I have very few bullets. I am genuinely trying not to kill zombies. Because if I do, they will just create a problem for me later, which is why I'm shooting them in the head until I can grace shove them and then just move on. I'll try something. Does he prioritize the lights over me? Yes, cool. All right, awesome. Good to know. Even though I walked right in front of him and he totally saw me. The lights are more important, as long as I'm not making noise. Now I need to run, because some guys are going to come around the corner, and I don't want to mess with them. Through this door. Antique coin. Smash thing. Grab stuff. Unlock door. And I'm out. See you bitches later. Nailed it. Successful run. Awesome. All right. Making an injector. I need more scrap to make stuff, but there's some scrap in the dude's office. I also need more blood. Something fun this game does is I haven't been stopping and looking at them because I confirmed that you don't have to examine them for the map to populate them. I was like specifically did that the other night. Tested that to know if I would need to worry about it for like the full playthrough. So like I deliberately didn't inspect one location where this happened. But there have been multiple spots we've examined where it just says, that's a lot of blood, and it seems like a pointless thing for you to examine. It's because now all of the places where it said, that sure is a lot of blood, are infected blood pickups on the map. They are now places where there's blood on the ground that you can pick up, and it is a crafting resource. Also, technically, if you kill a zombie, they do leave infected blood on the ground. Not a ton, but if you kill a zombie, even if you just down a zombie, even if they get back up, and not even fully mutated, but just like if you down them for a while, if you shot them a lot, they have a chance to drop a small amount of infected blood. So there is some reward to killing a zombie, as long as you go back and kill it with the injector later so that it can't be like a serious problem for you. Yeah, so I didn't stop and examine this bucket of blood, because this is where I blew up the first guy, and then the guy got off the gurney and started shambling around. I just blew past it without examining it. All right, we're doing good, gang. We're doing good. We're doing solid. So there's some blood down here. Let's go get it. And once they introduce this blood that you can go collect, if you look at the map and go, oh yeah, there's blood down there. New cutscene. Smart pathing. Very smart. You'll probably go back to the save room. You'll probably notice there's blood down there. Pretty smart. Pretty smart, Capcom.
Yeah. This is, you're, did anyone hurt you? Because I can't see? Oh, no, that's not what I meant.
It's not my fault. The doctors gave us both medicine.
Made our eyes go bad. So there was someone in there?
Made their eyes go bad.
There's another bed in this...
Blind?
My friend. Marie. One day she just disappeared.
I'm sorry.
When it happened, I was happy it wasn't me.
Is that bad? I'm just gonna keep looking around.
Hasu Otaku says I believe this is a missable scene. Oh, I'm sure it is. Because you don't have to come back for the blood. I'm just saying, how do we encourage them to come back to this room that they otherwise wouldn't come back to? Put a resource in it that they couldn't collect the first time they came here. I mean, which is classic, Resident Evil, Metroidvania, whatever design. I just like it, because it's not when you're in there the first time, you're not even thinking, oh, there's a resource I need to come back through. You think you're done with that room until you can get, to be fair. I guess to be fair. You are thinking to yourself, eventually I'm clearly going to get a level 3 security lock and I'll be able to open these doors. But you come back a lot sooner than that for this. It's running around a lot because I didn't have the pouch upgrade, picking up a lot of blood resources because I had the other upgrade. Yep. I mean, hey, listen, it's all good to have. Alrighty. Wait, hold on. Let me think about that for a second. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. I'm not saving yet. I got some more progress to make. I'm just gonna wait here for a second because I need the big guy to come around. So chat, how are you guys doing? What do you guys want to talk about? And I'm sorry if this hasn't been the most thrilling LP so far. Hopefully this is just entertaining for you guys who haven't like seen this, but I know since like I've already done the beginning of this, I don't know if you're not getting your, streamer didn't pog and get scared, or if you're enjoying that I'm like, just kind of rushing through it and knowing what I'm doing. I don't know what, I don't know how you guys get your jollies. This is how I get my jollies. And he drops a pantry key. It's sticky to the touch. I guess that means it was sticky before, because, like, there's no way to kill him without the injector, which would imply anything in that vicinity is now sticky. Now, I love people. Love watching this, people. This game might be my favorite Resident Evil campaign. So, again, part of what, like, it's, I think you actually, K Hearts Lover, earlier asked what made you play this game. I mean, again, I'd thought about playing, I looked at and was like, oh, these Ethan Winter games are cool, but, like, nothing I would want to LP or really be super interested in playing myself. And I thought about doing RE4 to RE4 Remake when Remake came out, but just didn't get around to it. But I think what pushed me over the edge on this one, and what's made, everybody excited for it, quite frankly, is that, like, this is finally the RE6 people wanted. Because the problem with RE6 was like, oh, well, the classic horror fans will have the Leon campaign. But Leon's an action hero. Like, he was already crazy bombastic action. Like, he was supposed to be the low-key one compared to Chris. This is, like, perfect. This is the fusion of everything this series has been trying to do for years, except maybe, like, the Outbreak games, right? The stuff that people have liked about the series, at least. There's been plenty of RE games people didn't like trying to do different things. But, like, check it out. Ethan Winter's first-person horror. Classic Resident Evil resource management puzzle box zones combined with Leon third-person spinny kick action. This is the ultimate horror entertainment they were trying to make with RE6. This is really the perfect synthesis of everything they've been trying to do for years. And I think that's fascinating. Stakeout takeout charm. Mysterious charm that works just by holding it. Increases knife power and durability. People who have played this game, I've got a question, because I'm curious about it. And you can't answer this one. I won't consider this a spoiler. I watched one streamer blow up the Mr. Raccoon statue and get the Mr. Raccoon charm. I watched another streamer and also myself blow up the Mr. Raccoons and not get the Mr. Raccoon charm. Is it just RNG? Assuming that I assume the answer is it's just RNG, and that's not a spoilery question to ask. Maybe one of them pre-ordered the game, the streamer, I don't know. So you guys tell me. 12.7 ammo. This is what we put in that kid Marie's head. We put 4 of these in her head, and she ain't thinking no more. We cured her blindness by letting some light into her brain. Destructive power and impact, sheer mass of the bullet delivers overwhelming damage. Part of the deluxe edition? Okay, thank you. That answers that question. Can I... Oh, my inventory's full anyway. I can't craft anything else regardless. I could break down my knife for scrap, but I like my knife, so I'm going to keep my knife. How many bullets do I have? Okay. 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 How many coins do I have? 4? I could spend the money and get the Shooty McBang improvement right now, but I think I'm gonna wait and get a solitary 2 more coins and get the blood infuser, the blood injector upgrade. Being able to store more blood means crafting more stuff, means getting through this game faster, which means finding antique coins faster, which means the other upgrades come faster. It's just that simple. Oh, hold on, actually, what am I doing? I was about to run upstairs and get stuff that I couldn't get before because my inventory was full with quartz and ruby, but my inventory is already full, so that I wouldn't have gotten very far. Let's see. Store that. The hemolytic injectors, by the way, stack, which is amazing. I really did not think they would let you do that. I'm sure there's a limit. I'm sure you can't stack more than like 2 or 3. But you can stack those, which is crazy. That really seems like a thing they would not allow you to stack. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without getting my shit pushed in. Because I left some stuff in this room because I was full. Turn around. This is just flavor, but I'm going to grab it anyway for completionism's sake.
Oh, this tiny piece of paper. There's a tiny piece of paper.
Containing all the answers to yesterday's test. Have to get the hell out of here, but the whole building's on lockdown. I'll need to ask the chairman to get his quartz for me. That's the only way to get out of the building. I need his quartz crystal. I heard another scream. My colleagues are killing each other. What the fuck is going on? Anything else to break? Any, like, little conspicuous pots out here? Is that my knife? Is that a knife that fell out of his head? Cool. I don't need that. I'm out of here. I just wanted the scrap. Now I can make another injector. And that's me covered for now. Wait, actually, hold on. Do I have... Oh, with one... Oh, I see. I could make a full one with... I can make a full heal. No, I'm actually going to leave that. I don't need that. That's fine. Because what's my condition? I'm fine. I'm fine. Look, it literally says, I'm fine. I'm good. It's fine. I don't need that. That's a gimmick, Sonny. Okay. And with that, I have not saved since the initial lap where I got the quartz. So I think it is finally time to actually save my game. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, wait, I need an ink ribbon. All right, cool. Next up. Am I waiting? Are you wanting to find all the files this playthrough? I'm not worried about it. I mean, if I'm about to miss something really interesting, please point me toward it. I don't need to worry about every single one. Like that last one I would have considered missable. But like I knew it was there, so why not grab it? I mean, if I'm about to miss something really cool, tell me so I can grab it. But I don't need every single one pointed out to me. That dude is blind. He just doesn't like noise. And that lady is busy cleaning. She doesn't care about anything but cleaning. Easy room for me to navigate. An easy room for me to go through. To all staff, we will be updating the safes in the facility. East wing, first floor, waiting room. West wing, second floor, bar and lounge. East wing, first floor, blurred and unintelligible. Remaining safe will be replaced at a later date. Doesn't tell me the combinations, so that's useless to me. That's totally something. Yep. Nothing inside. And that's definitely something. My gamer instincts are screaming at me. Does scrap stack? Scrap does not stack. Shit. I need to find some blood and stat. Which one of them do I sneak past? I could just kill her. How many of these do I have? I have 2 of these. And I could make another one. I'm afraid that that will make a lot of noise, and that would upset him. Wait a second. He has a blood bag. And I know from a few minutes from now that blood bags are items you can pick up that give you blood. I bet you that's a pickup I can get. Okay, he's going down. I can refund an injector by killing him. Knew it. All right, that's staying there because my inventory's full. All right, cool, awesome. Super worth it. Yeah, somehow they stack. That's what I was saying a second ago. It's crazy that they stack. They are so strong, it's insane that they let you stack them. No. There you go, Grace. Thank you. And that's enough for my my blood upgrader, I think. There's another Mr. Raccoon there, but I already got it. Okay, I only have 1 left. 1 injector left. And I have no blood, but I have a lot of scrap. Shit. Okay. Because at the top of this is the scariest thing you could possibly see in this game, which is 2 zombies looking right at each other that you can't get past. Wait, how did my condition go from fine to... When he grabbed me, it was already yellow. Did I get hurt and I missed it? Grace, shove! Shit, no, Grace, don't miss. Stab him in his dick! Yes, Grace. Good, Anakin, good. Good, Anakin, good. Kill him. More scrap. Cool. I need blood, or else I can't do anything with the scrap. I'm now the master of unlocking. What else left? Oh, right, I used a healing item. Right, okay. I was like, wait, hold on. How do I have any room in my inventory? It's because I used a healing item. What's in this? Nothing. Grace, stab. Can't pick that up. Inventory full. Damn, is there no blood in here? There's no blood in here. I'm boned. That dude on the left is particularly sour-faced. The guy on the right doesn't look like he knows where he is, and the guy in the middle looks like he's upset that he had to sit for this photo because he has a bad hemorrhoid. Artificial organ transplant experiment team. And they've got the quartz. They got the quartz on the desk. I need the quartz. I must escape this place. For my secretary, I've misplaced the key to the puzzle box padlock. None of the other executives must find out. I need you to locate it discreetly before next week's meeting. If you can't find it, get the bottle of corrosive from the conference room and melt the lock off. Why is the corrosive in the conference room? Can't do anything about that.
Tight.
Shooting padlocks doesn't work, kids. Don't try it. It's a good way to ricochet the bullet and kill yourself. That's the one that we already solved. Had the moon quartz in it. We got that. That one has the sun quartz in it. A puzzle box is in the background. Half the solution is visible. It seems to be this one, but I'm not allowed to get into it. Why are the puzzle boxes for the door that goes outside locked like this? Because it's the world of Resident Evil. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, that's what I use the injector. Okay. Can I craft anything without blood? Yes, I know item management is the key to survival. I'm doing my best, okay? I could make 2 scrap into another knife. That seems kind of a waste because I've got a knife. I mean, if I have to, like, stab it into somebody's head, then I don't have a knife anymore. And the more pressing thing is that my inventory is literally full. I'm literally about to have to pick something up. I have to do that. Okay, now I've got a free space. All right. I don't have an ink ribbon. I don't have an ink ribbon. I don't have room for that. I'll get you another time. Zombie, doctors know exactly where to give the bite for critical damage. This peeps a lot. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but that would be very funny. ID tag, level 1.
Oh, shit!
Now, I'm not going to bother and stick around. That dude does follow you. He follows you all the way down those stairs if he really wants to. But I'm not interested in him right now. I got my own problems, as they say. See you later, zombies. Beep, beep. Does this thing say my... Okay, so my inventory is now just taken up 1 slot for forever with this now. Cool. That's awesome. That's an interesting thing for him to say. It's true, he is too fat to go through the doors. I knew that would happen, because we're about 5 seconds away from me being blind. November 30th, 2004. Hold on, I gotta read this right.
My master's research has come to fruition, and that child, she must be the final piece of the puzzle. I need to get my hands on the child's data. I'm sure this will bring me closer to his vision.
December 8th, 2004.
The organization was able to get me the child's medical records. It was lacking in certain areas, but it did have her genetic information. I can use this.
So I was on the clone thing before I read that note, and then I saw that note, and I said, okay, that's a fucking clone in the basement. And that is about where my Resident Evil 9 Requiem knowledge stops. My inventory's still effing full. I can't do anything in here. There's another experiment that I could plug in here to be able to craft more stuff, but there's not blood. There's blood here. But I don't know where the mean big Monstar is. I think he's in here. I can't get... Don't have anything consumable. I have to drop something. Box dump? I'd have to get back to the box, though. I have to get all the way back to the box. I could just, like, give up on something. I could just, like, drop my one half-broken knife. I mean, even if I did that, there's still too much in here for me to... I'd still have to do, like a for-real box dump. Let's see, because that's... I would want to carry that out of here. I would want to carry that out of here. What's this? Scrap. Cool. Yeah, this is looking like a proper box dump and then come back. Just run. Cool. I assumed every time they grab Grace, they go for a bite, so it's major damage. Shit. I'm not stopping for that blood. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Son of a whore. That's where those guys went. Those three who came down the hallway who I juked before, they went there. Okay. Scrap, stored. Half-broken knife, stored. Lockpicks holding on to because they're only one-time use only, so I'm just gonna go lockpick something. I gotta master unlock something. Coins, gonna be spent. Yeah, we're good. Okay, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna pull out an ink ribbon and save, even though all we really accomplished was walking and getting that ID badge. I'm going to save because I'm now blind. That's me blind, gang. I now don't know what's gonna happen next. And with that, I need to excuse myself. I might actually need to end the stream, but at absolute minimum, I need to pause and go feed my dog. Minimum. We'll be back either for a goodbye or more, but give me like 5 minutes. Alrighty, gang. I do actually think I need to wrap up for the evening there. Hold on, let me turn on some lights again. You can see what I was talking about with the flickering, because it's so dark, it's easier to tell when it's this full screen picture. Give me 1 second. I do need to call it there. I am afraid. I did hope that I would be able to get past the stuff that I had already seen in the first stream, because, you know, I hoped that I would be able to route like a pro and just sprint through it. Alas, 'twas not to be. So I'm afraid I am going to have to call it there for the night. However, we will be back literally tomorrow with more of this. And I can chat for like 5 seconds with you guys. I know that was a little bit abrupt. But frankly, I went a little bit later than I was expecting to. I wanted to get kind of past what you guys just saw. Obviously, I wanted to at least get into a little bit of stuff that I hadn't seen. But didn't move fast enough. Took me longer than I thought it would. To be fair, I guess it's because like I had watched 2 streams up to that point. And then when I was practicing yesterday, I skipped all the cutscenes because I'd already seen them. So in my mind, I was like, yeah, I can get there that fast. It'll be easy. I thought I was adjusting for the cutscenes, but clearly I wasn't adjusting enough. Yeah, we will be back tomorrow. Joey will be joining me for the next Resident Evil 9 stream. I won't say for the entirety of Resident Evil 9, but at least for the next Resident Evil 9 stream. Yeah, at least you got caught up, so next stream it'll be all new. This is true. No, I mean, like, at least I got there. That was the thing. It was like, I looked at the clock a while ago, and I was like, I really need to stop, but I want to at least get to where I was already. I really should have stopped like an hour ago, especially for my dog. But she's fine. What time tomorrow, Half Fandy? I don't know, but I'm going to guess like 1 o'clock-ish, 2 o'clock-ish Central Time. But that's my guess. I don't know yet. Yeah, we'll be back for more. The Leon cosplay, unfortunately, will be out because I have, this has gotten, it's too, look at all of this. Look at this. Look at what's going on behind the back situation here. It's too much. It's officially too much. If I don't put, I mean, I wouldn't normally let it fall like this anyway. I did it for the Leon thing. It's too much. I gotta put product in my hair to keep it out of my eyes. Not that other people don't do that every day, but like that's too much of a hassle for me. I'll do it, but like I don't want to do it every day. And it's at that point. Look at this. Look at how much there is. Look at that. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. I don't need all that. What am I gonna do with all of that? Right? It's not enough to like put into a ponytail, but it's still too much. So I'll come back tomorrow, not in Leon cosplay, but in Chris Redfield cosplay. And Joey will be cosplaying, I don't know, none of the Hicks from 7 have big beards like he does. So, I don't know. Maybe Hunk has a big beard underneath that mask, who can say? But yeah, I've just got a bunch of, I mean, like I said, I should have gotten rid of it like 2 weeks ago anyway, and then it just worked out serendipitously that I still had it for this stream. But I've just got a bunch of work stuff in the next couple of weeks where I need to look a little bit more professional. I guess I don't need to, you know, but I would prefer to. Hair flip lol. Where's the Leon? There it is. It went away. This little strand that he has in RE9 that I worked painstakingly to get, and now it's gone forever because I did this. There it goes. Kind of back. It's a little back now. Wasted so much time engineering this. But yeah, guys, I got like 5 minutes. So anything you guys want to talk about, hit me fast. Hit me fast, and I'll talk about it. Hit me with that quick, fast question. Hit me with that quick, fast impact, and I'll talk about it if you're quick enough. You just gotta go real quick. Go quick, and it'll work. Have him do Heisenberg? I I'm picturing the right character with Heisenberg, right? I don't think he has the hat. Yeah, I don't know if Joey's got a hat like that. Heisenberg doesn't have a beard. What are you talking about? I mean, he's got a beard. You know what, Joey's got a beard like down to here, man. It doesn't work. There's not an RE character that looks like Joey, facial hair-wise. And let's face it, the only thing I'm doing here for cosplay really is hair. I just happen to have a white collar and a brown thing that sort of works. Oh, and of course, you know. And this. The Requiem. That's me, Leon Kennedy. I turn. And then sometimes when I'm cool, I go. That's what Leon Kennedy does. This thing's so old and busted it didn't even shoot. Yeah, it's not even it's not even doing what it's supposed. It's not even actually turning the way that it's supposed to chamber around. This thing's like 20 years old. It doesn't work anymore. There we go. Had a little bit of firepower out of it. Okay, you just gotta really gentle, like, squeeze the trigger. You can't pull it. You gotta squeeze it and rotate that chamber. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Now we're in business. Hell yeah. That's so cool. I've literally never been cooler. Favorite part so far? Probably that bit with Leon where he's in the street and there's a little micro outbreak that he puts down in like 30 seconds for the reasons that I talked about when we got to it. Though I will also acknowledge having, you know, now watched the first 2 hours or whatever length, the stuff that we watched of the Grace in the care center. Having watched that twice and played it twice now, it's a really good level. That's a really, really good level. The way that it snakes back around on itself and the way that it places locked doors, keypads, key card doors, blood for you to go pick up, the way that it hides secrets, the way that it lays out its zombies. This is a. I mean, I've heard everybody say, like, almost all the stuff that I've tried to avoid, like, spoiler talk, but I've seen, like, people's responses to the game and reviews and whatnot. I haven't even read a full review, but I've seen excerpts from reviews, seen people talking about it. Like, I've heard that the front half of the game is the better part, but also, like, I don't think there's a single Resident Evil game that's better in the back half than it is in the front half. I'm not sure there's one. So, you know, that's just par for the course. But the thing I've been seeing everybody say is that the care center is a top-tier Resident Evil location. And like I said, while I think that the whole, look, he just zipped some people with a little hypodermic needle gun and then disappeared into the streets is the most interesting thing you can do with the setting, the lore. The most interesting thing an RE game can be is an architecturally interesting space you have to solve puzzles in. And this is an architecturally interesting space. We have to solve little navigation and resource puzzles. Funny how Leon, who literally is the reload man, yet doesn't reload and gives Grace a gun with little to no bullets. Well, you only have 5 bullets in that gun, and then even if you spend all of them, he magically gets 5 more to shoot probably Marie with. And then there's only 1 left because he shoots 4 bullets into that Monstar's head. Jacob, one hint I want to give is something worthwhile in the bar and lounge room if you want to tangle with that encounter. Oh, I assumed there was something in there. But yeah, there's 3 Monstars in there. I don't want to mess with that. Listen, I've seen, and you play as Grace, and then play as Leon. And Leon's gonna go in there. Leon can kill those 3. Grace doesn't need to mess with that shit. I assume it's something that's only useful to Grace and not useful to Leon. But, I don't know. We'll make that decision later. We might, maybe a little later down the line, especially since I'm blind now, maybe we'll do a ink ribbon up and, okay, we're gonna risk it. We're gonna go see what it is and see if it's worth it. And if it ain't, then we will not spend the resources and not spend the life and the bullets, and we'll turn around and run away. However, now that we've got, like, I mean, you need scrap to do it, so I guess it's not infinite, but, like, the amount of blood that's on the map, as long as you keep finding scrap, you can kind of keep making stuff. There's a lot of blood. I'm sure I'm saying that now. I'm sure in, like, 2 hours I'll be like, oh, there's not enough blood. But there's a lot of blood on that map. Anything else from anybody? Anybody, I got anything they want to talk about? I'm going to give, like, 30 seconds for somebody in chat to say something, and then I'm bailing. This will be the last you see of the Leon cosplay, at least for another 6 months until my hair gets long again. Then maybe we'll loop back around and do an RE4 playthrough or something, and I'll get back in this outfit where it would actually be appropriate. And I could also do, instead of, like, the, like, swooshing up here and the strand coming over here, I could just do his really dopey RE2, RE4 hairstyle, which is a little bit less, work to put together. Not that this was work, but you know what I mean. Mentioned Okami in the past as half a fan D. I have not played Okami. I've not played any of the Okamis. I'm sure they're good. Haven't gotten around to it. And that was the one that I'm gonna give. So sorry, it was an answer of no opinion, but I gotta go. Thank you guys for coming out. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow early afternoon for stream part 2. And Joey will be along for the ride. I'm not sure how I'm going to figure out the webcam thing, because right now, obviously, I've got tiny little me in the corner. I'd like to have Joey on screen, but I don't want to take up too much screen real estate with our faces, but I also don't want to do that thing where I have, like, you know, like half of the screen is the game and, like, this little tiny corner is, or I guess, yeah, it would be for you guys. Here's the corner, and then, like, oops, wrong way. Hold on, how can I do this? Like that, you know, like everything within this space is the game footage. Why am I even doing this? Look, like that. I don't want to do it like that for this game because it's spooky. I want to give people, like, the full screen, so I'll have to figure out how to place our webcams so that I'm not taking up too much screen real estate, but we'll figure that out. And see you guys tomorrow afternoon.